Let me center this bullshit, blood. What's good, guys? Your boy Good Savage back again, man. Football Purist back in the building. You know what time it is, man. Little analysis of the game we had last night, pre-season. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1. Don't know if the result means anything to everyone. Don't particularly care too much. I mean, I like winning, so that's always a beautiful thing. But really want to break down from what we saw in the game in little bits, and obviously you guys can help me out as well and shed some light on what you saw in the game. Pro, everyone's going to have different opinions on what they found of the football and how it goes and stuff like that. So I'll wait for a few people to come in anyway. Big up Baz, big up Philip, big up bro. Love for the love, man. How's everyone feeling? Everyone good? Taking care of themselves, bro. I don't know where everyone is in the world. Heat wave up in Birmingham in England. I don't know, blood. I just got aircon and fans all in my house, but I don't know what's going on, bro. I ain't leaving. I ain't leaving. Once I came back from the gymnasium, back in the crib, blood. I can stay like that. You have to apologize for the camera keeps getting steamed up. That's how you know, bro. You know what I mean? Got the lights on and that, but then I got sunlight. It's crazy, blood. You know what? I never even thought about just using the regular sunlight and that. Studio's in a weird position, but hope everyone's well, man. A little overview of the game is what you know what I mean. I'd like to check out a few of your comments and see how you felt about it. So if you can put a descriptive comment in about the game, then it'd be a bit easier for me to read out, because then you're not just throwing in words. I do want to hear what everyone's got to say. I mean, I know I joke around and that, but I want to see if everyone's thinking around the same. Of course, I understand all the transfers and all this business. I'm really not here to talk about that too much at all. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of focused on what we've got, the solutions in the squad, the team, what's about, the players that already play for our team, instead of focus on players that don't play for our team and people we're linked to, and then they don't end up coming for Liverpool. You guys and me, anyone else, wasting the time when you're linked to somebody and then everyone goes and watches that person and we don't get him. I know you lot are still trying to catch up on sleep from watching them Fluminense games for Andre and that, blood. He ain't a Liverpool player to this day, bro. No man them wasted the time. You get me? Come on, man. So I hear it, man. Big up ends, bro. Man said he's out on the field sweating like a Slizave and that, bro. Man, like Broomhilda and that. Yeah, bro. Ends in the field and that, you know, cropping up the cottons and that. You know what I mean? Big up Jeff. Hope you well, bro. Big up Carl. Love for the love. Big up honesty every time. Oh, free. Oh, you know, listen me. Freedom, dopinaya. You know them way there, bro. Come on, man. Yeah. Class me prefer. You know them way there. Class for this summer. Yeah, class for the. Yeah, blood. Big up Philip. Anyway. Philip said, I always like to see us winning pre-season. I'm more interested in the performance. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. The thing is, there's nothing wrong with wanting to win in pre-season. I just think the flip-flopping thing's not really needed, isn't it? I said yesterday, I do care about winning the games. I just don't care to the point like I do in the league, because obviously they are the games that matter. These will never. These matches don't go down in the history books of how many games you lost to Arsenal or Man U or whoever like that. And obviously we've been part of pre-seasons where we've lost games and won the league, or lost games and won the Champions League and stuff. And then we've had ones where we've battered people and then not won anything. So big up Bear. He said the rivals are gone quiet after this play. And that's why I like it, man. And I'm always on the opinion that my silence is more deafening to those people. I like it a lot more. The fact that I don't come on here and brag about the win over them. I'll brag about how we played, but I wouldn't brag about the win as such. The fact that I don't go over to Arsenal channels and Man U channels and that say stuff, I know it hits them harder, bro. I know it does, bro, because I don't even care about you, bro. That's how bad it is. But quite pleased with the victory yesterday. Quite pleased with some aspects of it. In fact, I'm pleased with most of the game, to be honest. Loads of different aspects through the game. Some things are more exciting than others, but the dirty work has to be done for you to get where you need to in the league and stuff like that. I want to start off really before I get the comments. Big up Red for Life, love for the love. The formation. So obviously we had what we had in the first game against Betis, and then we've gone on to this game now. Started with 4-3-3. Nothing too drastic there. He said that in his first press conference that if he was going to say a performance, it would be the 4-3-3 or 4-4-1-1. And Liverpool are known to play 4-3-3 anyway. It's just the way you play it, the personnel used. Team was pretty much the same as the first game, just that we didn't have Wataru in the centre of the park. We had Sabazalai, but we're going to get into that anyway, because I feel like the midfield was very interesting. I took some notes down in the first half of the game. In the second half, I wrote barely any notes because it was quite obvious of what we did well and what we could have done better. So yeah, we'll get into that part anyway. Like I said, 4-3-3. Big Philip said his season's home shirt just arrived. Well, that's a beautiful thing, bro. You know them way there. But yeah, let's get it. So the 4-3-3, it did change in the game. The 4-3-3 didn't change, but the way it was used changed because obviously, depending on how you want to say the formation, it's almost like if you've got the deep six and then 2 8s, which is what Liverpool used to do back in the day, regular 4-3-3, or you can have the two sitting in a pivot. It's still 4-3-3, but then it's like Elliot's damn near a 10 at that point, which is what we switched into as well. I liked the fact that I don't know if it's something what Slot said from the sideline, because obviously I can't hear what he's saying. And it'd be very weird for me to think that he got that message across that quick, but if he did, it's a beautiful thing. The game started for Liverpool, and I cannot lie to you guys, bro. The first, I watched the seconds on the clock, bro. It was 3 minutes and 17 seconds, and then when it got to about 8 minutes, the first 3 minutes and 17 seconds felt like I watched a whole 10 minutes of Arsenal beating us up. I can't make it up, bro. I can't make it up at all. 1 minute. It's like everything we tried to do, Arsenal came out the blocks, full pressing, man for man. So there was nobody free anyway. And then every time we had the ball, it took it off us. Not to mention that the way the game started, Kelleher was pretty shaky at the beginning of the game. Now, what I'm going to do, and I'm not telling everyone else to do it, is certain things I'm not going to hold against players in pre-season. They're just trying to get their fitness back, trying to get their first touch back and all that stuff. If it becomes a constant thing and a constant pattern, then yeah, I'm going to have bigger problems on it. But it wasn't like that in the first game, so not too fussed about it. But within however long, Jesus tracked him down because he took too long on the ball. And he nearly scored. I think it was like he went to take the goal kick, hits off Jesus. Good tracking from Jesus and impressive, to be honest. And then on another day, that hits the defender, hits the strike and goes straight in the net. Okay, so we have that. Then obviously there's the patience on the ball. I've mentioned this under the previous regime, and now I've seen it in this game as well, which begs the question, as I said yesterday, that it was also always meant to be a rebuild when it came to what Slot was doing. I mean, what Klopp was doing previously. And I think Liverpool fans, because we had such a good season, the fans just took it as it's not a rebuild. It's just we should win the league and we should do this, and that's fine as well, because that's kind of how I thought about it. But there's still work to be done, and I did see that being shaky on the ball, moving the ball a bit slow, almost like not recycling the ball as you should when you're playing this kind of formation. You shouldn't be dilly-dallying on the ball and waiting too long. You kind of want to give all your players a feel for the ball back and forth while you're trying to make up your mind instead of standing on the ball. And that's what we had last season. Alisson had that problem last season as well. I feel like Konate usually has that problem as well, and Wataru, sometimes they stay on the ball for a long period of time looking for that pass instead of just bopping it off to the next person, moving along, getting it, receiving it back. Is what Man City do well. And then they have it a lot more fluid. So
Assemble.
On your left,
big
my
up, bro.
apologies, man.
Cool, man.
Yeah, phone meeting took longer than usual.
No problem.
We're here now.
Yeah, we haven't been that far in anyway. We're just speaking about the beginning of the game of how I was saying to them that the first 3 minutes felt like 10 minutes to me because we were getting battered. Like we couldn't get a foot on the ball and were slow on the ball. And after that, we started to move on and kick into the game a little bit, man. But what's your overview of the game anyway? We've spoke about the formation, about what it was, but
yeah, obviously preseason, so I'm always going to the tolerance of certain BS and foolery is allowable. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah.
It's not okay, but it's allowable. So
yeah.
I felt like the way we started, it was like, okay, preseason vibes. That's what I literally coined as preseason vibe. Let's see if there's improvement on things. And there was improvements. And I'm like, all right, that's good. Then I'm like, within the improvements, I see people moving backwards on the things they literally just improve on. You know, when you do something wrong, the coach might be like, yo, don't do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you are all right. Then 2 plays later, you don't do it again. But on the 3rd and 4th play, you do it again. It's like, yo, focus. Yeah. Like, stay focused. And That focus piece is what I'm really focused on now. Are they not focused because it's preseason, or they're not focused because of the moving pieces and not a set 11, or they're just not focused because they don't have a guy on the pitch demanding that level of focus? And that last piece, that last piece is how I perceive the entire game. Who was missing to hold that together?
Yeah, because I'm not far off what you're saying. The only difference I think is I don't think it's a lack of focus. I think when something's new to you and you've only been doing it for, none of them's done it for a full 90 minutes yet because they've been subbed off in the last game as well. It's still a bit like,
it's not second nature yet, isn't it? It's not muscle memory yet.
Yeah, like just because these have had interviews and said that they're enjoying the training and that doesn't mean that you've brought into what the manager's doing after a couple of training sessions. You know what I mean? Because they've not had substantial opponents to go against to go, no, it works, bro. We played Betis and we played Arsenal, but it's pre-season. So some of them might not even buy into it fully until the season starts. But I think the ones I mentioned, some of them didn't even play. Like I was saying, where I feel like Konate might struggle in certain aspects with what we do on the ball. It's not that far away from what we were doing previously. And I think it was Gramps just said that Alisson and Kelleher are too composed. I actually think I don't actually think they're anything the same. I think Kelleher literally got caught on the ball because he is looking for the pass. Alisson almost gets bored, bruv, and wants something to do. So he starts dilly-dallying on the ball and that, and they're like, bruv, we don't really need you to do that. What I was saying is, and I said this a week ago, I said it yesterday as well, and I said it when we said what manager we all wanted, and I said I wanted De Zerbi, and I had other people saying, it's boring football, you don't want to do all that stuff.
I respected your De Zerbi take still.
Well,
I caught bits of it. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
I caught. That's the only time my internet was good. Your De Zerbi take.
Yeah. Because what
you ain't said that last season, but
no, because what you've got now is you've got De Zerbi. Bro, in that game yesterday, it was almost identical to what I saw Brighton do. That whole procrastinating on the ball and drawing players out so they can. But the only difference is Brighton had Potter before. The football wasn't that different. In fact, the difference was Potter was better defensively than De Zerbi. So even when I watched interviews of Solly Marsh and Pascal Gross, they said not much changed. Like it was seamless. The training changed a little bit, got a little bit more intense. What have all the Liverpool players said? Training seems more intense, which is what everyone was cussing the previous manager about. It's too intense. Everyone's getting injured. These men are saying, okay, this is more intense now. So you have to get used to it. And as soon as I saw Jesus chase down Kelleher, I had flashbacks to last season of Brighton, of watching them against Arsenal. I'm not making this up. Everyone's seen the videos. I've mentioned this prior, bro. When me and my son was watching Brighton Arsenal, I was getting pissed, obviously, because I want Arsenal to lose. But it's because they played such great patterns of play, but it's non-negotiable with De Zerbi, innit? Like, you, if you're the goalkeeper, which they changed to, they had Steele and Thingy and goal last season, the Dutch guy. This non-negotiable, bro, which means if man's chasing you down, you still got to pass it, bro. Don't kick it long. And I feel for the first part of the game, Kelleher's got that. It's non-negotiable. After, it changed a little bit. But I think you have to get used to it. And I think the people that
there was something that I realized in that as well. And my last point in the early take, as far as someone dictating that focus.
Yes.
Usually that'll be Verge in the back, right? But what I'm realizing, so Kelleher's dallying on the ball. Yeah. Verge would be like, yo, move that. And also, Verge and Konate, if you notice, they'll drop damn near behind Alisson.
Yes.
Like that's just to give them, you either go left or right.
Yeah.
Sepp and Kwanzaa never did that.
No.
Sepp and Kwanzaa never did that. But then after that, if you notice the first moment, they started doing it. They weren't going as deep. But I think that's also a learning curve for them too, as a center back parent. Like, yo, if we're gonna play this deep, we as the center back also have to be deep, in line with the keeper, making like a back three. So that way there's more space and half space between the midfielder and the defender. So the midfielders can get the ball, and then the front guys can make whatever movement they want to make. So it was definitely a learning moment for Sepp and Kwanzaa. It's not their fault, but I like the way they reacted after that first one. Like, oh shit, yeah. It's almost like Kwanzaa went, okay, this is why Verge always drops back here to give him that out. And then the crazy thing is, once they start dropping in, I know there's two Arsenal players following them. that
That's what
frees
you
up
do.
2 men in the middle.
Okay, so you get that's exactly what I mean about the derby football. That is exactly what Lewis Dunk does all the time. That's all he does, bro. Sometimes you see Lewis Dunk receive the ball in the box behind his goalkeeper, bro. How does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it makes sense, but it does make sense, bro. It does make sense. Because like I said,
it does make sense because when it works, it looks great. Because what happens is the attacker follows Lewis Dunk in, he bops it off to the left back, and then before you know it, it's in the middle of the park, and then
there's bare space in there. Yeah, it's bare space in there.
Yeah. So I do agree with you on that, man. And I think I do like the fact that Kwanzaa was speaking a lot more. Like I seen him when Arsenal had the goal kick. I seen him push Sabazla out of the way. Like he literally pushed him into the spot, told him where to go. I seen him shouting at Salah where to go as well. I don't think he does it into like, oh, I'm gonna try and be the
no. He's him.
Yeah.
He's him.
He's him.
Because remember, I was telling you in the first game, I think it was him pushing up Trey, bro. There was like a set piece in the box. So now in my mind, 2 preseason games, there's 2 moments in both games where Kwanzaa is roughing up our play. And it's like, yo, Kwanzaa, I know they call you condolences in that, but take it easy with our red shirt, bro.
If you're telling your player, because you go on the pitch as a team, no one's more important than each other and that. So we've already agreed that from training, we can speak to each other however we want on this pitch. When the 90 minutes are done, we're cool again. If I tell you, bro, that geezer needs marking, and I look up again when I just told you, okay, I'll just push you into the spot then, bro. So you know what I'm talking about. And it doesn't matter.
You know, I don't want to be funny. I almost wrote it down yesterday, but I'm like, nah, this is seared into my brain because I was gonna take notes, right?
Yeah.
There's more Kwanzaa pushing our players than Kwanzaa pushing the opposition in both matches. And I'm like, Kwanzaa, I rate that. No.
He's a G, bro.
I rate that, bro. But I don't think they really give him that authoritative respect yet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I rate him for enforcing it because out of him and Sepp, I see him talking more, organizing more. You know, I see him giving a certain amount of side eye, like, yo, really? And I'm just like, yo, calm down, bro. Like, you get there. But I rate him, bro. I'm very comfortable with Kwanzaa, man. I know people are like, oh, he's just a kid, but they want to suck off some other kid on the next team.
No, I'm with you on that. Man saw me say it last season. Every time I was preaching, we got Kwanzaa. Man, like, but Colwell. I'm like, bruv, Kwanzaa's like 6 months older than the kid, so you can't keep calling Kwanzaa a kid, bro. You can't keep making stuff up, bro. And they're only like a year younger than Gravenberch and Sabazalai, bro. It's not a big age gap. I know some of the man them look older than other ones and that, bro, but they're all in the same age group. If there's that school, bro, they're being math class together, bro. We're talking about.
Yeah, it's like even the Maino guy from Manu, where people put him above Elliott and Jones, and I'm just like, see, that is the product of you not valuing what you have.
Yeah, you did say that. That's true as well,
bro. When I tell you I'm on that, me and Kwanzaa is gonna be the flagship of that, bro. Because if I'm telling you as a Liverpool fan, you're not listening, I might slap you up still, might attack you, disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? Because you make no sense. If I'm not putting value on us as fans, why would other fans put any value on me, bro? We're here calling Elliott and Jones all this type of stuff, and then some random kid out of Manu gets 4 good games, and then he gets to go to the Euros, and then these men are just on the sideline looking around like, no, bro. It's disgraceful, man. Disgraceful. And I think it starts with us. We have to elevate them men to them status, man.
Well, you mentioned that because the thing is, I'm not going to do the thing where I need to diss the other players from other teams to prove that ours are good. It's just that people are very quick to change. So you saw in the last show, calling and all that, all of a sudden, man want to pay his stupid money for Wharton and that, bro. I'm like, bro, he's not rubbish, bro, but he ain't the guy yet, bro. And also, he's been there. He came from the Championship in January, bro. He was on loan. He came back in January, bro. And from that space of time, you're telling me that this man's the guy all of a sudden out of everyone. Now, don't get me wrong, bro. It's possible in football, but we know the outliers when that happens, bro. There's the odd player where you see them and then they end up being whoever, Mbappe or whatever, and Messi and that. It's not that often. So you're right. I do take value in our players because I know a lot of people don't watch the youth games and stuff like that. I'm not even judging man for it because sometimes the shit, bro, like they're boring sometimes, innit? I just have it on when I'm working. I called for Kwanzaa to be in the squad before he was in the squad, bro. And it was like, no, but we need to buy. I'm like, bro, from when I can see that in the youth setup, he's too good for everyone down there. He's too strong and big for everyone down there, bro. He can't be there anymore, bro. And and I'm watching people in the Prem. I'm like, nah, he's definitely got this over them lot. I don't understand. Like, of course, experience, but we can't keep resting on the laurels of stuff that we've heard growing up, bro. Like, do your own research on it. Because growing up, we heard that, well, centre backs don't get good until they're 28, and goalkeepers don't mature until they're 30, and you can't be. And I'm like, but okay, but you can be you can be Lamel in the Euros then. So what? He just broke the rules. You can be Ronaldo, and you can be Mbappe, and you can be Messi. But when it comes to a midfielder, you can't be that guy. Of course you can, bro. If you're good enough, play in it. I don't see issue with it at all, bro. I don't know, man.
No, it's interesting, and so Pops, I saw your question. Big up, by the way, man. I meant to join your thing yesterday, but for some reason my YouTube was acting up. The one in front of it was talking about Mo. When
okay,
yeah, so the Mo thing, I see the correlation and how you're trying to extend it to all players. It does work for all players. You're right, but in the regards to like our youth, there's not a lot of people that don't value the senior players that's tried and tested, like your Robbo. Like, I have a hard time convincing people I'm not a fan of Robbo and Mo as far as who are going to take us to glory again. I'm talking more so the youth. Like, look how many youths we have in and around the squad. A lot of them have good potential, but there's not a lot of people willing to say, you know what? I would rather, so let's use Trey. I'm going to use Trey, and I'm going to use Sep and Kwanzaa. I'll use Elliot as an example as well. So a lot of people would look for that out and out false nine or that creator, but Elliot can create. We just need to build on what he already have. Who we have now in the squad that's going to take Elliot's position, we can hold on to him and Elliot until that guy leaves. Then Elliot steps right in. The Trey thing and Endo. I'm not advocating to keep Endo, but if Endo's here and he's a veteran and he can do a job, if we say Endo can do this job for 2 years, all we have to focus on for them 2 years, Savage, is make sure Trey's ready.
Well, yeah, but what you're doing there is coaching. That's what coaching is, bro. That's literally
right. But Savage. Every man want to act like they know how the thing works and blame FSG. If I have Trey, he doesn't have to wait 2 years, but he has a 2-year grace period to get ready. But guess what? If he's ready 4 months from now, who am I to stop him? You see what I just did there? If he's the next Busquets or whatever, I'm not going to stop him. He's ready. But he has a 2-year window he can get there. Kwanzaa and Sep. If the starting pair is VVD and Kanate, there's going to be rotation. So one game, Sep might get the nod. Kwanzaa might get the nod. VVD might get the rest. So on and so forth. There's no real crime in getting in. Oh, we need a left-footed guy. Bro, we got Sep, we got Kwanzaa, and we got VVD, and we got Kanate. That's 4. We only play with 2. You're going to cry if you see Sep coming on and we're 1-0 up or 2-0 up. You're going to cry. I would cry if Sep comes on and then we lose 6-2. I'll be like, damn, Sep. But that's a howler. That's a one-off. That's not because he ain't it. If we're down 2-0 and I see Sep coming on, in my mind, we've conceded this game. Because bringing on a defender when you're losing ain't the move. So we need to like really slow it down and let the coaches coach and the manager do his thing and the club run the way they should run. As far as like older players, we back to older players that's done it before. But if we need to improve upon them, you have to ask yourself, do we currently have an adequate replacement? If the answer is no, then we need to find one. He doesn't have to be better than the guy, but he needs to get to that level before the guy leaves.
I think
that's how you buy players.
Yeah, that's the model of how you'd want to run your football club. Anyway, that's the optimal model for everything you do, because even with profit of selling players on, you get them to a certain level, and what you just said, are they adequate enough to match what this guy does and end up playing for Liverpool in a rotational system where they get a few games coming off the bench? Or if you think they're good enough to play but at a level but not for Liverpool, for the league, well, that's when you sell them in it. And what you might do is loan them out first, let them be on the shop window so everyone can see them. Because, oh, that's a good player now. He's a Liverpool player, bro. Bring him back, sell him. and then you throw buy-on clauses and all that stuff in there. That's how people make all the money. How you think Chelsea and all that balance in their books, bro? Man City, that's all they've been doing. Sancho came from Man City.
But we need to start doing that now.
City. Flipping Frimpong came from Man City, bro. Yeah. That's why Palmer came from Man City.
Palmer and that, Palmer was a good one.
Going Atletico Madrid, pure profit. Mason Mount went.
That's where Sturridge came from City as well.
Yeah, Sturridge went Derby, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and it was on loan at Bolton as well. And this is what I'm saying. It's always been like that. You've had quite a few of their kids have gone there now. I think Heskey's kid, Ian Wright's grandkid, and that's at Man City as well. It's smart play, bro. And for them ones as well, if you got a little name to you and that, build up a little social media following, even better, bro. It's just modern day football, man. You can be. It's nice to want to invest in the kids and look at one of them and go, you know what? I think that's the one for our squad. Still, it's never really happened where a whole squad's ever happened from that kind of team. That's fine. You don't need a whole squad of it. You just need a few gems, and we got some of them who are literally starters in our team already, bro. Bradley and Kwanzaa. Listen, Bradley is so good to me now, bro, that I was taking notes in the first half. I don't really have any notes on Bradley because just.
No, I have one note. He was marking a guy standing next to Kwanzaa. So the guy is in between him and Kwanzaa, right?
Was this on a set piece or regular?
No. It wasn't a set piece. Just regular pattern of play. Mm-hmm. So the play was on our left, their right.
Yeah.
So the guy is standing between it's Kwanzaa and Bradley, but they were within 5 feet of each other. Yeah. So Bradley's conceding the wing. They can have it out in the wings. I'll go out there, and the ball gets played in behind. Oh, this is the same play where Kwanzaa did that recovery challenge.
Yeah, we did the recovery challenge. Yeah.
So I'm looking at that, and I'm going.
It was Martinelli.
Yeah. And I'm looking at that, and I'm going. It's crazy. If Trent was standing there, people would have been like, "Why isn't he out left?" Yeah. But the reality of it is, as a center back, you don't want anyone really standing on your center back.
No.
And I don't think people know about that as being a defender. Like you don't want no one standing on your defender.
Yeah.
So if he's on the right-hand side, the right back usually come a little closer to occupy that guy if possible. Because if the play shifts too far left, your right-sided center back is going to be left-sided or even left back. You know what I'm trying to say? So you as the right back, you have to kind of be close. You can't be out there wide because if the pattern shift over, that guy's not going to be free.
Yeah. That's
so when I'm thinking about that, I'm like, I don't think Trent would have stand there, which is crazy. Trent would have been in front of the guy.
Yeah, that's where experience comes in because with Bradley's played against Martinelli like twice already now. The one time he came off the bench and locked him up and we was in trouble. Came on, locked him up. Sometimes you can know how good you are, know how good that guy is, and still it's a timing thing, isn't it? It's like I know I've got my eye on him. I know that if once he does this, I'll cover this. Sometimes Martinelli will just elude you, bro, when you get caught out. So you are right. That's the learning curve, isn't it? When he sees that back, I'm sure Slot will tell him like, yo.
No. Savage. The reason why I brought it up, he did the right thing.
Yeah, he did the right thing, but my man still got down the line and got the ball in the box.
No. Savage, you can't cover everywhere on the pitch.
No, you can't.
Is what I'm trying to say. So he would have did something wrong had he stood in front of Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
With that guy behind him and Martinelli out wide, which is what Trent would have probably did. Because at that point, you're not marking anyone. You have two guys to mark, and you're not marking none. Trent
probably would have been in midfield at that point.
That's what I'm saying. He would have been in front of Kwanzaa, so he wouldn't be marking any of the two.
Well, we know that Bradley, that move you're talking about is I could probably go through bare Liverpool clips, and in that move,
don't do it. Don't do it. It'll piss you off.
In that move, you'll always see Konate running after somebody. Always.
Bro. Yeah, because Trent. That's the point. Thank you. That's what I'm saying with Bradley. He didn't do anything wrong, but if you don't understand the game, you would think that's wrong. But it's actually right because what he's doing, he's preventing Kwanzaa from making that recovery run over there now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So he's actually in a position to make the recovery run and also cover Kwanzaa if Kwanzaa need coverage. Oh, that's a big move right there,
The recovery from Kwanzaa was great, bro.
Oh no, Kwanzaa is a G.
No, because I like there's times in football when I'm like it's a goal, bro.
You wrote it off. You're like
Bro, at that point, that's one of the ones when we're doing pro clubs. If man's squaring, I'm like, that's a tap in. That's obviously gonna go in, bro. Like, so it's
you know what, man, and that's what I always tell ends in Remember when Jack Grealish chased down
Yeah,
Salah,
Salah.
and Enzo's like, "Nah, I blame Salah." I'm like, "No, bro, you have to give Grealish credit.
Nah, you have to give Grealish
Sometimes,
credit. Yeah.
sometimes all you have to do is get there. You don't, because he didn't clear it. He got
Nah.
there. Sometimes all you need to do is just get there, bro.
But man recovered and got up with the ball, bro. Man didn't do it and just slide it away, but he got up with the ball smooth as hell.
Yeah, I think Kelleher took it off of him. I regretted that still.
Yeah.
I wish he would have just stopped it and went on with his business and tell Kelleher like, "Yo, read a book." Man. But that was dope. That was dope.
Big up Beijing said Harvey needs to be moving to the exceptional class because he isn't blessed with size and pace thoughts.
Harvey, exceptional class.
I'm a fan of Harvey in it, but not yet. I know what Harvey's the last part to the puzzle of Harvey is in it, and it's his decision making.
Yeah, I was trying to find a way to say it.
Yeah.
Without like boring him off. Exceptional. I don't know if anyone will list Jack Grealish as exceptional. You know, I want to punch him in the face again.
Yeah.
But when I think of Harvey, I kind of think about that. If he can somehow learn how to protect the ball better, like
man's reporting live from the plantation, you know, bro. Just to send this message to you and that, bro.
Yeah, big up, Benz, man. I hope you're safe out there. You didn't risk too much to send this message, but I'm glad you did, man. Message received, bro. Got it. Yeah, Harvey, the decision making, if you're going to be poor, and I'm not trying to give him an out, if you're going to be poor in making a decision, you have to be better at retaining the ball then. Because there was a few moments he was dawdling on it and got dispossessed.
That's the problem. His decision making, but the decision he's already made, you can't retain the ball in what he's done. And the problem he's got is this can be cleared up, by the way. Anyone can. I think he's gonna have a great season, bro. Because I thought last season was good off the bench as it is. What is the one thing that every time we came off the back of a game, when he had a good game for Liverpool last season, we always said, "Just got to trust yourself, though, Harvey, bro." Like once you that's make your mind up and go with what you've made your mind up with, innit? He's passing in those situations sometimes looks like I'm caught between shooting and giving Salah the ball. I'm caught between shooting and giving this guy the ball. So that time when he went on that great run, when Jota cut through and they played the ball over to him, Carvalho cut man on the sideline and that, Harvey went on a great run. Then he gets in the box, innit? And Salah's on the right side of him. Bruv, at that point, there's no seconds left, bro. Cut in on your left and shoot or give the ball to Salah. You know what happened, bruv? Man just ran out of what to do in that. And I think Havertz got back. Havertz followed him from up front all the way back, bruv. And that's when you become a killer in front of goal, bruv. Obviously, he's not a striker, but becomes a killer in front of goal. So I'm not mad at him for it. Honestly, just said the same thing. He's one-footed, bro. You know what I mean? He's one-footed. That's one of them. But just make the right decision, or you're gonna mute Zabir, I think. It's gonna. He's on mute. I don't know if you're on mute on purpose.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I got you. No, I agree with what you're saying, man. It's the trust yourself piece. I don't want to trust Harvey yet, and a couple of other men. As far as like, well, go on then, and it's because of his right foot.
If you're on his left foot when he's got it. That's why I'm saying trust yourself, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is the right foot piece, though, bro. I don't feel like he trusts himself when the right foot is involved. So that for me, until he trusts his right foot, I don't think I can fully trust him. Okay. Because then he's going to be predictable. You know what I'm trying to say?
I do, but the moment I just mentioned there where Havertz got back, that's a transition play. At that point, if you just try and retain the ball and do nothing, I mean, he ended up messing up in the end and Havertz got back. But say everyone's in that transition, you can run it back again, and then it's like pass the ball to Salah or shoot. Bro, if man stopped and then decided to just recycle the ball, your team's pissed with you, bro. We just ran the whole length of the pitch and we're outnumbering them. You've got to do something with it. And we saw it last season with not just Harvey, saw it with Jota last season,
that play, he was trying to shift it from the right to the left. He had it lined up on the right, bro.
Yeah, but that's because he was going to pass it to Salah, bro. If you watch, okay, so this is what I'll give everyone an example. I will always watch for these things, innit? If you watch after Havertz gets the ball back, if you watch what Harvey does, he moans at Salah, bruv. Anyone watch it back, he moans at Salah, then he does that, like, yo, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, he's moaning because Salah never tell him, man,
and then I remember because the commentator was like, Harvey's moaning at Salah there, but really he shouldn't require.
Yeah, no, bro. So all right, so we'll dive into that little pattern there, because that's one of my frustration with the guy. You're thinking he's lined up to pass it to Salah, which I agree. But really and truly, that's also because I'm right-footed. Yeah. That body position is a screamer position, bro. I can let them think I'm gonna give it to him and then just slam it across the keeper.
Yeah, once he took an extra step, I was saying shoot, bro, like left foot.
Yeah, but he doesn't trust the right foot. So now
he doesn't have to, bro. He's running straight on. Just cut it onto your left foot.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So when he cut it on the left and my man dispossessed him, he's complaining to Salah like, yo, why you ain't telling my man on? Bro, you had a pass on and you chose not to use it to go line sitting up on your left. That's your fault, bro.
Yeah. That's
true. You want to slap it off the right. Because Havertz couldn't get it off the right. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So because he's so one-sided, Havertz he's gonna try to put that back on the left side. Easy pickings. So bro, so what I'm trying to say about him is, he needs to learn, like, yo, not every shot you have to take off your best foot, bro. Some of them you just have to hit them the way they drop, bro. Hope for the best, or trust yourself. And that's what I'm saying. If he trusts the right and give me a slipper shot, I'm like, you know what? I know you wasn't gonna do that with your right anyway.
Because it does look like, off the games that we've seen so far, I mean, it's been a couple of games in it, but obviously we saw Carvalho said after the game, not this game, the previous game, that, want to play in the 10 and all this, but slots, he wants me to play on the left, and he played on the left. He was decent in the first half, to be honest. He was getting a bit more involved. He got a lot better.
Yeah, I saw some great footwork as well, bro.
Yeah, he only cut man off on the line and that, bro.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
And then there was a period where he went missing a little bit. Clearly, it looks like if Slot has to pick a facilitator in the middle out of those two, whether it's a 10 or 8 or whatever, it's gonna be Harvey, bro. You can see it.
It can't be bro.
Over both of them. You have to.
When you're thinking about both of them, I get that. But I'm gonna be slating Slot if he picks a guy who's not comfortable on the right. The reason why I'm saying not comfortable on the right, even Honesty's saying, bro, he could have a couple of passes if he used his right foot. It's almost like he doesn't even trust the right foot pass, bro. Which is crazy to me, man.
Bro, I'm not saying over the whole team. I'm saying between the two of them, bro.
Yeah, but between the two, bro, that's not a great pick, man.
Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that he didn't get 2 great assists as well, bro. Because this is the narrative that everyone's telling us to go with. Talk about the good stuff they've done as well, and you're gonna have this same conversation. They wasn't the media.
Question: was the first assist with the right foot or left foot?
Right foot.
I think it was with the right foot.
Right foot. Jota headed it down to he was facing the other way. Jota headed it down to him, plays it off his right foot straight through to Salah. That's one assist. Then the other one's a little dink over the top, bro.
Yeah, with the left foot though.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm bringing up the right foot pass, it's pass of the game. It's the most difficult pass he made. That off the weak foot, bro.
I've got it on. I had it on YouTube in front of me just as well. So, but
bro, you see the pass? I didn't see the pass. That's how neat and that pass took out 3 defenders.
No, the pass was cold, bro.
So you see, if Harvey's gonna be in that position and do things like that, he can have it all day, every day.
Hey, wait. It's not. It's his left foot.
It's his left foot.
Yeah, I got it on in YouTube.
Okay, thank you for double checking. You know what now? Stick to my original point. Bun Harvey. We need a right foot man in there as well. We need a man that can ping a pass with the right foot, bro.
I'm just employing people to listen to what I'm actually saying. I said not over the whole team, because if it's over the whole team, I'd rather play McAllister than anyone, bro. But
I feel like Carvalho have dribbling over Elliott.
What have you seen Carvalho do better than Elliott in this squad ever?
To be fair, the little thing he did on the side was the only thing I've ever seen from him. So I'm not gonna pretend I was watching. No, Savage. There's 2 things. One of them is only getting value because of what the other men are not doing. You see Jota kicking that ball on the post and Carvalho's finish on target. I'm not saying Nunes is gonna do that or do better or gonna do worse. All I'm saying is when I see my little footwork and clinical finish, I have to make note of that. I can't say he did nothing, because man said Jota is the most clinical guy, and the most clinical guy had 2 opportunities. Sky 1, post 1. That's Nunes stuff.
The Sky one is a Jota trait, bro. It doesn't matter what game he has. He always will Sky one over the bar like that.
So our most clinical guy is known for skying him.
Well, yeah, because this is what we have to stop doing this about each other, man. We know that when we say Jota's the most clinical, it's the most clinical among Liverpool players, not among the world.
No. I get what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say, it doesn't mean it's good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You know what I'm trying to say. So it's like Salah. Salah will get the numbers, but his slipper shot will match the same amount of conversion.
Yeah, just Salah did one in the first 5 minutes yesterday. I was like,
you know what I'm trying to say? So it's no detriment to your point. It's just if my choice is Elliott or Carvalho, because I already seen what Elliott have, I would more lean towards what Carvalho can offer.
But
you know what I mean? Because I don't think he's gotten a fair shake.
I see, man. I like one thing I liked about Carvalho yesterday is the fact of I liked the fight between him and Ben White, bro. Because Ben White tried to buoy him off straight away, bro. As soon as the game started, he's like, I'm just gonna dash you over the man. Threw him into the water bottles, and that made him mash up his spine. And then after he kicked him, and then I seen Carvalho went back, kicked him on the floor quick, bro. I said, okay, because you can't get bullied you'll get bullied in the Prem if you don't do that, bro. I just said his assist for Mo was cold, but he had bare space in the second assist. What do you mean he had bare space? You had quick to pass the ball, bro. He took out 3 men.
Man's discredit in the second one.
Bro, he took out 3 men with that pass, bro.
Nah, you know what people are doing, bro? Man are acting like he got the ball, stood, look around, and then dinked it. Bro, he did that in I don't think I can draw my pistol out how quick he did that. He got it, turned, dinked it immediately, bro. Soon as he spin on his left, bro, he dinked it. It was almost instinctive. No, the second one was cold, man. The first one, he actually had more space and time with the first one, and he first timed it. So
yeah, bro,
it was good. It was good.
Harvey was an impact sub last season. This season might solidify a spot in the starting 11. He could listen, man.
If he go up, only if he go up a level, though.
Yeah, I think Slot will make because Slot is doing what everyone's doing now, where you could have still got this many assistants. That's what he said in the interviews. Like he still could have got more, and the manager needs to do that to keep him level-headed and keep him grounded and stuff like that.
But we need to do that as well, man, to let him know, like, yo, we see that shit, man. Fix up, because you can't go up a level if you're not fixing up, bro.
No, that's fine, but that's the same thing man cost me about when I talk about Nunes, bro. They go, what are you moaning for when he got this many goals? And I'm like, man ain't gonna ever listen to me. It's not about the amount of goals you score. It's about the ones you're missing. I can see, bro. Like, because it's the same with Salah, bro. If I see Salah if Salah finishes top goal scorer, he's on 22 goals. My immediate thought is, because I'm watching the games, is, bro, you should have been on 41 goals, but I don't know what, you know what I mean? But I'm still gonna praise you for what you did in the end. It's just that, you know what I mean? It's one of them ones, but I agree with that. Bajan, we have never been clinical with Red Arrows. We've never. That's true. With Bobby, Mane, and Salah, never been super clinical.
Yeah, it's almost like okay, I'm not going to use any immature analogy, but it's almost like if we're scoring 20 goals, we would need to create 200 chances. So then the emphasis becomes, let's just create a shit ton of chance. The probability of will work itself out. And that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not a negative. It's what people prefer in it because it works. Because
we're killing with the numbers, bro. It's a numbers game.
Yeah. Well, we can do the opposite in it. When we come up against teams with a low block or whoever like that, Liverpool actually doesn't lose that many games ever. We don't really lose many games. So when a team beats us, it's like 1-0 in it. These smaller teams, they were more clinical than us. They had one shot and scored. Bro. One shot on target to our 13 with one on target. You know what I mean? And it almost feels like if you get into the mentality of the chances are going to keep coming anyway, so I'm cool. Which is not an issue.
That could be the downfall. Yeah, but that could be a downfall.
The other team's always going to be like, bro, we might get one chance. And their manager's telling them in the change room, you might get one chance against the Liverpool squad off a corner or something. If you score, we're going back into the low block and we're taking 1-0 home because we came here for a draw or just not to get battered, bro. So that's, you know what I mean? It kind of... But
you know what it remind me of? It remind me of that Man U game where I think it was a 0-0 game where Hoyland got that. The only clear opportunity in the game fell to Hoyland and he missed it. And I was just like, raw. You see if that man learn how to fix that, bro. Problems. And we need something like that as well, man, at some point.
Yeah, we do. I'll tell you what was interesting. The midfield. I couldn't get up on squad builder actually, but there was a weird it's 4-3-3. And even when we play FIFA and stuff like that, there's like 4 different 4-3-3s on it. You can have the double
there's like a 4-1-4-1 kind of 4-3-3 formation.
The one when it started yesterday, Szoboszlai dropped deep. There's a point when it was like 4-1-2-3, 4-1-2-3, and it was the two, and it was Carvalho and Elliott behind. Yeah. And then we changed it. We changed it pretty quick. This is what I was saying earlier on. Once Arsenal started like that, pressing us in the beginning of the game and going man for man, all of a sudden went back to quickly. Okay, maybe not play. Let's not play the striker as a direct striker, and then let him drop deeper like Bobby would have. So he drop into like a false 9 area, which was Jota at the time. And then when Carvalho started to go missing in the game, Carvalho ended up he swapped with Jota, and then Jota was the left wing then, and Carvalho was in the middle. Because at first I was like, is he just drifting in the? Is he not paying attention to where he should be? And I was like, oh, Jota's on the left. He's dropped out there, bro. And then I got it then. I was like, okay. Then you had Szoboszlai drop deeper, and it was a pivot with Curtis. But then when we defended, it went into a 4-4-2. And I liked it, man. It was very fluid, and he gave the space for, especially Tsimikas. He had bare space on the left wing and that. And he seemed a lot more comfortable, to be honest. I think with him, he's just going to have to, whoever plays on that side with him, they're going to have to build up a relationship on it to know what's going to happen, because it can't be, I'm going to pass you the ball, I'm going to make that run to the sideline, and then you're not going to give me the ball every time. It's a waste of time, bro. So you're going to have to sort that out, man. I liked it, though. It was very, very, very fluid how it went, man. I don't know what you thought about that, the midfield, but...
Yeah, the midfield for me... I was a bit confused of how good Szoboszlai was playing, and then we did the deep thing with him. I didn't...
Yeah.
Okay, we're measuring the squad, but that's the piece in measuring a football squad that I don't quite like, when you're trying to see the limits of a player and get that figuring out thing. It's the right time to do it pre-season. I don't like it, man. I'd like to build on what certain men already got, certain men have in their locker. Like the Elliott position, I 100% believe it's a Szoboszlai thing, right? Like that's where Szoboszlai would be, giving you some late runs, had the height as well, so he can do some knockdowns, may even be a goal threat, in the box on headers and shit like that, ball swinging in. And then to see him deep, I was like, okay, I didn't get to see that. So what am I looking for here? Still not seeing Jones with time and space to turn. And I don't know if it's down to movement, where the players are. So it was kind of weird, man. It was really weird assessing the midfield in the early stages. Because I don't think Jones and Endo quite work, bro.
Okay, I see that part. Let me just get this comment and then I'll get back to it then. The change in formation is what I found interesting, and how people are nothing. It is funny because when we used to do it, we pretended that we only played one formation. Yeah, the fan base pretended that we only played one formation last season as well. When in game, I saw Klopp change it as well.
Yeah, no, it's always been fluid. I think the issue becomes the responsibility in the change is almost the same. So you see how Szoboszlai dropped deep, and he looks like he's the lone 6. Last season, even if he's that deep, he'll still be like a playmaker, but he's just deeper. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's bro, I don't know. Jones in the midfield for me, it needs a bit of a revamp, and his playing style needs to shift. It's just the same Jones, whether it's on the left, he's in the 6, it's just the same Jones, bro. And that to me is, I think, where you would see the same formation, even if it changed in your mind. It's like, Trent is inverted, but he's still a right back type of mentality where you can't appreciate it because the role is the same. It's not like, since Trent went in the middle, his tackles went up. You know what I'm trying to say? You're not getting that.
The thing is, Slot changed. It tried quite a few things yesterday, because even in the second half, instead of putting Trey where we all expected him to play because we wanted to see him there again,
he put him up top. Yeah.
and he didn't do anything wrong. He was just like, what's he doing out there when at this point in the game all we're doing is defending? So it felt like
No,
he wasn't doing too much.
okay. You know, I read for life. Big up yourself. That's literally the thought I was gonna interrupt Savage with. We put Sabazalai up top, and he created. I'm gonna keep crediting him. He created his own goal by just giving it to Salah with one option of giving it back. Right?
Yeah.
We put him in the 6. Man, defensive work went up. His tackles went up. So what I'm trying to say is, he's a player. You move him, the responsibility changed. The player changed.
Yeah.
So he's in the 6. I have to do more tackling and recoveries. I'm in the attack. I need to be creating and scoring.
Yeah.
I don't see that with a lot of players when we shift them around. They're just doing the same shit, which is strange, bro.
It's not going to happen with everyone, depending on the manager's instructions. Because if it's to be more defensively aware, then then all of a sudden that double pivot spot becomes a bit boring. It's like you're just doing dirty work there. So when Curtis dropped into that part with Sabazalai instead of him being alone, and then Elliott ended up moving into a 10 spot, Curtis didn't do anything wrong at that point. The only thing he did wrong at the beginning of the game is he tried to play a ball across field, and then the Arsenal player took the ball. Apart from that, he's pressing better than everyone's done it. So in that spot, it's like, oh, help out Sabazalai. Obviously, we're not going to play against Arsenal every week. So the way they came out and pressed us was horrible, bro. Like, it's basically how Liverpool used to do to teams. So I think the manager realized very quick that he needs help in that spot. But I do understand what you're saying. If I didn't know that he already had it in his game to do anything different, then I would understand. But because I know he does, then I'm thinking it's going to be down to instructions, bro. Until I hear the manager say anything else, which they're going to have to ask the manager questions at the moment for it. But it was weird because after the first 10 minutes, Szoboszlai was on his own here. And then this happened. Jones dropped back with him. And then Elliott ended up here, bro.
Yeah.
And then we were comfortable like this for a while in the game. Then the game moved on. And then this happened, which came out of nowhere. But
no, it needed to happen because that's one of the things. Remember I was saying about the movement?
Yeah.
When Carvalho was on the left in the last game, he never went in the middle. You can see he's itching to get in there, and it's just like, yo, take the leash off the kid, because what the kid didn't understand is how Tsimikas play. He doesn't know, yo, when Simi get it, I need to be bombing down the wing.
Mm-hmm.
So when Simi gets it, he's still trying to come short. Simi's looking at him like, bro, you're fucking up my channel. I need to be running down here. So when they did the switch, Jota understand like, oh, I know Simi, he's gonna try to do the underlap thing. So I'll just give him a quick little 1-2. Okay, I'll look for the guy in the middle. So it definitely worked. And there was even a time when there's been a few times he find himself in the box, no one picked him out because he starting that run too late.
Yeah,
like by the time
the one where Jota hit the post, he after
he was offside for that one, I think.
Yeah, he was. So he hit the post, and then Carvalho was going, yo, you should have passed me the ball. I'm like, you're offside, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but even I think
you can't square the ball to somebody when you're ahead of me, bro. That doesn't make sense.
I think he did switch the play 2 times, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was kind of meaty. But what I'm trying to get at is, even when he switches the play, those run that you expect certain wingers to make coming in to be at the end of something like Diaz does a few. He's always too far behind the play to even make that. Is he known for pace? Because I didn't really see a lot from him either. So it's kind of like, okay, so you might be a luxury player in the 10 or even on the wing. So you're going to have to work on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does feel like I think the manager will do it as well. When we come up against certain opposition, they'll throw him in. I think when he comes up against the stronger teams and that, and the more faster-paced teams might leave him out of them games and that and bring him off the bench, which is fair enough. That's how you use your team, innit? But yeah, I did find it really interesting how we kept rotating that, and then there was parts where like Jota dropped deeper, and then they ended up being next to each other, him and Elliott, and it was still like this.
Yeah, it's almost like a 4-2-4 in a weird way.
Yeah, and this is how the goal got scored, because the ball went into Jota, and he headers it down to Elliott from this position, and then Salah makes this run here.
Look where Carvalho was on that play.
Exactly.
He was damn near next to Jones. It's too far back. So the thing I'm saying with him on the wing, he's not that wing that's going to be doing the Salah thing high and wide.
I think he knows that as well. I think that's the reason why he's saying that, yo, I don't really want to play on the left wing and that. But obviously, you're going to have to take into account that, yo, you might not get a chance in the team if you don't want to play there, bro. So It's very interesting how they did that. What I did like though is when we defended, there's parts when it went into a 4-2-2. I mean 4-4-2. Bruv, I saw man drop deep, man drop at the halfway line here, Carvalho back here, and then Salah, man. This was what I liked, bro. Salah was here helping out, bro.
Nah, you know what? You know what really warmed my heart, pops. Press the record button. Salah as a right back. I'm like, bro, you could have been doing this shit this whole time, bro.
Yeah,
right back Salah, right wing back Salah, bro.
What Salah normally does is we're defending, the team breaks, and Salah gets to here and stops, bro.
Yeah, not in that last game, bro.
And then usually,
not in that last game,
this guy is normally next to him, not him, here, Elliot, and these two are both trying to help each. And Elliot's trying, but he's too weak, and Salah's not trying. He's just trying to make himself look busy, and then the ball gets played through, and obviously Trent somewhere else anyway. So I did find it quite funny how that went, man. But I liked it, man. There was great patterns of play. As I said, the goals. I watched the goals back a few times, man, and I think if I'm correct, the first goal was 10 passes, and then the second one was 7 patterns of play, bro. Really good patterns of play. I think it was we were knocking the ball around the back for a while. I think it was Kwanzaa tackled Jesus on the ball, and then we started bopping it around the back. The ball went back to Kelleher. Kelleher plays that ball up to Jota. Jota heads it down to Harvey. And bro, if you watch Salah on that play again, bro, he is off, bro. It's almost like the managers they've already figured out in training, and it. As soon as this comes, that's not a mistake. Like this isn't a goal kick from Kelleher that he just kicks. He's literally aiming for Jota. There's nobody else there, bro. And Jota's pinning his man, which is I don't know if it's Gabriel or Kivior at the time, one of them two. Actually, it's Kivior because Gabriel tries to chase him, but he's pinning him, and there's only one thing for Jota to do, which is header. Is the best header of the ball in our team. So
yeah, but I don't feel like you're analyzing this correctly, bro. You need to put more emphasis on how accurate the pass was from Kelleher. Like you can't just say like,
bro, you didn't see my monologue of Kelleher, bro. I just said you didn't see my monologue of Kelleher, bro. I literally just said it wasn't just a regular goal kick, bro. What do you want me to do, bro? Respect my pen, bro. Take it away,
bro. You need to put more emphasis on it, bro, because you make it seem like it's just something they practice, and Kelleher couldn't have done it without Slot telling them and like, bro, you need to put, you know what I'm saying, make it clear, bro. I felt like there was holes in the way you was analyzing.
Remember, like when I say that some of the trainers, I don't mean that Slot said to Kelleher, Jota's gonna pin this guy in the game, and you get the ball up to him. I'm just saying. The training will require certain aspects of what Jota does in it. The fact that
around those attributes,
because if Jota was playing as obviously Arsenal playing on the halfway line at that point, in it, so that's fine. Because obviously if you're above it, you're offside. Fair enough. But if we were deeper and we were playing Nunes, this is not against Nunes, by the way. The two different strikers, Nunes wouldn't be in that position, bro. He wouldn't. And he's bigger and should be stronger than Jota, but he don't seem like he is. He wouldn't pin a man, bro. That's not his thing, bro. His is Kelleher kick it over their head and let me spin him and run in. Whereas Jota's always
yeah.
So then it's kind of like I do like
to your point
that we have different link up.
To your point, Salah, bro,
he was gone, bro.
The man started running the minute the ball left Jota's head because he was closer to our goal than Jota.
Yeah.
The minute he saw the ball came off Jota, you know when you start to see certain things happen in real life, you're like, wait, what, I know what this is, bro. The minute it came off Jota's head, man started sprinting, bro. By the time it catch Harvey's foot, Salah was in line with Harvey. Yeah. And by the time Harvey played it, bro, Salah and that ball just, bro, it was beautiful. It was a wonderful pattern of play to the point where I forgot we were actually knocking around in the back.
Yeah, okay, that's exactly my point, bro. Because
I actually forgot. You said 10 pass or 7. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Bro, I forgot. To your point, this is your point, and I want to give you credit. People say it's boring football. It's only boring if a pattern of play like that doesn't come at the end of it. And you don't care if it was 10 passes or 100 passes. If we pass a man to death and do them 2 little 1-2 right there, knock it down in the back, score, Do you think people care? It took 100 passes to do that. No
Bro,
one cares, bro.
Winning to me is not boring. So when these kind of teams play, like, I get why people think Man City's boring when they do it, because it's not your team, bro, and you want them to lose. And you're hoping that when you watch, if you're a Liverpool fan or a Man U fan or Arsenal, when you watch Man City play, your mission in this game is to hope that the other team beats Man City, bro. So you're hoping they turn up, and you're watching Man City just bop the ball around them.
Yo, you're watching City passing them to death. Do you know how frustrating it is to be a rival of City, watching the game to see they get run up on, and watching City play the life out of the team that you're backing?
It's football, man. If that's how you draw people, if people are set up in a low block and they've come to just defend and they got one attacker up front, eventually that attacker's just going to stop running because you can't chase down a back four, bro. It's in it. But what will happen is, if you go for a minute and you're like, hold on, we ain't touched the ball for time, and Man City, John Stones and Ake still got the ball, bro. Like, this is annoying. You might go, you know what? Let's step out. I'm going to have to try and get this ball now. And that's all Man City wanted you to do, bro. Because as soon as he gives the ball to De Bruyne and he looks and sees Doku on the wing or Bernardo Silva, trust me, it's a goal, because Haaland is definitely going to be in the box. He's definitely going to be there, bro. And that's what we did last season. To their credit, this is what I was trying to say. We rebuilded the it was a rebuild. It was a Klopp 2.0 at the time, new midfield and stuff like that. So they're going to take time to learn it anyway. And what I was saying is, I just didn't like how they looked uncomfortable trying to do what they just did yesterday, which was trying to entice the other team to come and get the ball off us and playing the ball around. The difference is when we were doing it last season, entice the team to come and get the ball off us and then play it long. Okay, but now you can't be sure that when the ball gets played long, you're actually going to get it, bro. And now we just turned over possession. When it's short passing and you're a professional footballer, you all should be able to make that pass. So it shouldn't be a problem, bro. And quickly, that's what happened, bro. Bop the ball around, ball in from Kelleher, 2 man's feet, and then done, bro. Goal, quick time, bro. And I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it at all, bro. I think both goals were nice. The dink and the run. I promise, as soon as the ball goes to Elliott's feet for the second goal, just watch Carvalho on the replay, bro. He's spun already, bro. He already know. That's his homie, man. Man probably told him, like, when you get that ball, I'm gone, bro. Chips it over, perfect dink, great volley, goal, bro. And we look dangerous in that part, man. Obviously, people's decision-making is going to have to be better in the squad. I don't know if you had this while you was watching it, where once good things start happening, naturally you start going, okay, we've got bare man to come back in it. So who goes in who does the job what these like just done? Does anyone mess it up? And it's always a question for me. It doesn't mean they're worse players, but it's like, does this person mess that move up because they usually do this? Or does that Kelleher pass come from Trent instead of it coming from Kelleher? We've never seen Trent in the comfortable position to bop the ball around. Not that he can't do it. It's just that usually once Trent plays a 1-2 with you, it's a Hollywood ball at the end of it.
Yeah, Salah did one of them Hollywood passes as well from right back.
Yeah, from right back.
And it's one of the things I was even saying about Trent last year, and the reason why I want him to be the guy that we build a team around, just to give him the low value thing. You know what I mean? Like, looking at Tsimikas and the way he was playing, I think he'll be a better fullback if he was next to Van Dijk in that game and in that moment. I think he can be.
I agree.
And that's one of the things I was looking at. Kwanzaa and Step, I'm looking at them and I'm like, all right, Konate is going to have a long day, because both of these guys showed that they're able to hold the fourth down from start to finish, right? Going into the midfield, the only player I'm not sold on in there is actually Jones. And it's no disrespect to him.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like, I clearly see where Elliott stands. And Elliott for Sabazalai worked last season. It worked. Elliott was coming off, worked. On the left, that is where I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a Gakpo, Gravenberch type of thing, because Gravenberch will more look to turn on the ball, do his little long stride, shimmy him and find a pass.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm standing there, I'm thinking like, Jones might not be it, not because of his quality, but because of the way we play. The glaring difference between Trey and Curtis, it's like, Curtis, you're standing in between Trey and probably a player like Gravenberch. Trey's too young, so I'll still let you have it. But if Gravenberch is there, I'll just have...
Gravenberch is more suited to what Trey does.
You see what I'm trying to say? So I'd rather go Gravenberch to Trey than Gravenberch to Curtis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I get what you mean.
so for me, Curtis is literally the only one I'm thinking like, yo, when these men come back, bro, I don't know where you go. I don't know where he goes. Carvalho, I'm not worried about where he's standing. I think it's just showing what he can do. Um, I wouldn't complain if Curtis goes further in the 8 and, kind of like the old school 4-3-3. I don't mind Curtis. But based on your question, he's the only one that I'm like, I don't really know. Um, everybody else, I think, it's solidified. Think about it. From Salah, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Sepp, Kelleher, Sabazalai,
No, I'm
and
not sure.
Elliott.
I'm still not sure on Sabazalai. Not based on how he played. I just don't know. They played him in two different, like you just said, they played him in two different positions
No, no,
so
no.
far.
But in both positions, what I'm trying to say is defensively, we can see he puts a shift in. In the attack, we see him putting a shift in. So his place to me is in between that and what we need for that opposition. You see what I'm trying to say? So him, I'm not worried about. But as far as like your Carvalho, I don't know where he goes. Jones, I don't really know where he goes. Everyone else, I see them playing a role.
See, what would have been interesting if the team was back yesterday, that where Harvey took up the position when the double pivot dropped in, to see Curtis in that spot, because that's where we can initially play anyway, bro. And he can play the thing going forward, but he's never in that. He's never in that spot. And the only time we saw that was when he was left-sided 8 towards the end of the previous season, that's when he got his goals and assists. Yeah. So be very interesting. And then I want to see.
Give me a second. I'm gonna check on something.
Yeah. I'd like to see this formation as well with Well, I'd like to see that same team with Nunes in Jota's spot. I just want to see how he would play. Is he going to spin off the man? Is he going to do the hold up play thing? Probably can do it still. He probably can do it, man. I think that same ball that gets played in through Harvey when Salah runs onto it, Nunes has the pace to get in there as well. Obviously, Salah's finishing's a bit better, but I don't know. Watching the game yesterday, for you using that in the chat, I can't lie, man. When I looked at that left side, bro, I was like, I don't know. And everyone's gonna have to keep the same energy, bro. Like, I know there were a lot of people just moaning. I mean, a lot of people moaned about the prior system only when it went wrong, and which is fair enough. But you obviously didn't have much of a problem with it before. But the whole thing was, Klopp keeps playing people out of position like this, bruv. I get that if the person you're playing out of position can't play in the other position. But the fact that when Carvalho, he's been up front twice now, went up front in the Preston game as well, innit? In the attacking role. Jota obviously moved him over to the left wing, and we've seen Jota play on the left wing for Liverpool prior. Gakpo's not back yet. So it'd be interesting to see if when Gakpo comes back, does he put him straight on the left? Does he move him inside as well? Does he do what we did with Harvey? I think this is just an inkling I have, bro. Because it don't feel at the moment we're going to do the out-and-out striker thing. We'll play with one, but I don't think they're going to be the number 9. But it feels like we're going to go more close to back to what we did with Bobby. And I don't mean the same formation, same system, and I just mean the fact that like a false 9 and not the straight up number 9. And if that happens, I kind of can see Nunes on the left-hand side, you know? I have to be honest, man. Because while he's like bopping the ball out, what you need up front is you need up the top of the pitch is an outlet in it on both wings with pace. And obviously Diaz is one of them there as well. Be very interesting. Nah, Scraps, I hear you, bro. I'm not saying that I want him to play there. I'm saying based on what I saw yesterday, I'm talking more about the fact that I saw Slot changing stuff around. Now, I could be completely wrong. Just Slot probably changed stuff around because pre-season, and that's how you get to know what your players are like, innit? But let's be honest, if he's going to give each person like 2 positions, apart from maybe like Salah, then you know that the only 2 positions he can give Nunes is left side and up front. So it's kind of a weird one on how to pick a team. I personally wouldn't want to play him there because I don't think he can pass the ball good enough, and I don't think he can cross the ball either. Yes, you'll see the odd cross that he can throw in, but as a whole, I don't think he's that good at it. But I get what you mean. I don't want to see him. I think everyone we've got in the team who can play on the left is better than Nunes on the left. That's Gakpo, Diaz, and Jota, and Carvalho. So, yeah, I get what you're saying, though. Savage agreed the boss isn't guaranteed either, which yes, competition's key, man. You might actually see where somebody performs in a certain position this 1 week, and then the next game, not only does that person play, but they play back in that position as well. Like, it's not a guarantee to where they go. Gary says Jota left wing Savage. No, but there was periods last season where very early last season, because everyone had to be fit, but when Diaz and Gakpo played, or when Diaz and Jota played, there was just an interchange in it. And especially remember AFCON period as well, where we had to have Diaz on the right-hand side because Salah was gone. We had Nunes on the right side at one point as well. I like the fluidity of the front, because it doesn't... The manager said so far that it's non-negotiable in defending, how we're going to defend in it. Safe. I like that. Means that we've got a solid foundation there. But when it comes to going forward, he hasn't really mentioned this rigid structure, which is good because it means the other team can't pick you up. And what I saw yesterday is it didn't feel like Carvalho got said, oh yeah, play up front and move there now. It felt like he just organically went there. Like he drifted into the middle and Jota saw him and said, okay, you've drifted into the middle now. I'm going to drift over to the left, which is what, old school we used to do in midfield, where you'd always have two centre mids and then one would go and one would stay. I don't know if everyone else across the world says the same thing, but that kind of thing in it, you know what I mean? I'm going to go, you stay in it, like standard. Gerrard's going to go, so Alonso stay back while I'm gone, or Alonso's got the ball now, so Gerrard stay back. And I feel like that's where the fluidity comes in. And if it does play like that and everyone gets comfortable on the ball, well, it's going to be damn near impossible to pick them up, because Rodri doesn't really play most of his football in the six, bro. He's in that position, but obviously because Man City have all the ball, he's not really in the six. When Ake, bro, you can't tell me what John Stones and Ake is going to do in the game, or Akanji, bro. John Stones steps in and all of a sudden they've got Walker and Diaz at the back, bro, on their own. Because when people get more comfortable. So I'm thinking with the front attacking force being more fluid, probably apart from Salah, but I would like him to be included in it, because it means, Salah's drifted into the middle now. Okay, well, then whoever's in the middle's drifted out onto the right, and this guy's moved up. I like it, man. So, I don't know where you see them playing. You think Nunes is going to play up front next season, Zabiri? Solely?
Man, I need to get on a real stream and really break down the team and my expectations, just so I can put it out there. The players we have, we have a decent squad. Yeah, I think like the way we measure these players is a bit unfair, because it's always without the context, which you're well aware of.
Yeah.
Nunes can play up top. I think it's suited to have Nunes up top, because when I see the first lineup, it could have been wrong. You know how they do that bullshit lineup. It was 4-1-4-1, I think. Yeah. A guy like Nunes running in behind is always going to be helpful. He's always going to be an outlet. The goalkeeper will look for him. Trent will look for him. VVD will look for him. I think it takes some pressure off Salah being wide as well. So, Salah is always that outlet ball, that long diag.
Yeah. I
can see Nunes being a few of those. The only issue I have with him, and maybe even sticking him on the left, is if we can't get a tune out of like Diaz in certain moments. It's like, all right, well, we'll make the change. Nunes is already on the field, but we'll bring Jota on, and then we'll just slide Jota over so Nunes can do the running in behind. Because Diaz isn't necessarily a running behind type of winger. He's more a to-feet winger. Give it to me at my feet, I will run with it from there. It's like, brings me to a point I want to touch on with some players. There's some players, their game isn't making the ball do the work. Their game is, I'm going to work with the ball. Yeah, if you're Messi, sure. But if you're an old French player, you might want to make the ball do the work. We don't need you running 30 yards with the ball. You ain't Messi, fam.
The best players do make the ball do the work.
But in some moments, they'll work the ball as well. I see Messi create bad space for a certain amount in that.
Yeah.
But, bro, if you're some fringe guy, make the ball work, bro. Make the pass, and then if you want to run, you can run on your own. Don't be running with the ball to just recycle it back. And I think that's a Diaz thing. So,
that is a Diaz thing.
Nunes, footballer-wise, IQ-wise, you can debate what you want to debate. He's a problem. Not a problem in terms of, he's just chaotic, hard to control. He's actually a problem because he wants to run in behind. He's very direct with his runs and the way he wants to go in the space that he's attacking. So I feel like he attacked the space more so than just the opposition.
Doesn't that mean that when you play, doesn't that mean when you come up against a low block, then he's going to be useless, bro?
He's going to be useless, and that's why I said the players we have, it's decent. But I think what people want is that overall guy that is suited for low block and open play, and it's like that's a bit unfair because now you're going to play that guy and you won't rotate him, and then when he's making a mistake, you're going to say, oh, it's certain man's favorite. It's like you have to have guys suitable for it. It's like ammo, man. You have to have the right amount of ammo. You have to have your sidearm, your second gun, your first gun, your third gun ammo. You have to have that because they each dictate a certain situation. You know what I mean? So Nunes running in the behind open play, I think it'll be great. Low block, Jota, Elliott, Carvalho might suit that better. If the guy game is solely about running in behind and there's no space to run into, I can't bring you on the pitch unless I'm just going to create an overload.
Yeah, because that's what I want to see next from him. I want to know if his hold up plays any.
Yeah, him through the middle doing Giroud stuff would be cool. Yeah. In a low block or open play.
I was about to say that because for somebody taller than that, we don't use him as a target man, and it's not really a target man.
He's not at all. Yeah.
Be interesting, man.
I'm excited this season. It's not because Klopp ain't here. I'm excited to see these guys that I believe in get a different step. I've seen them march to the left before.
Same.
Okay, I see what that looks like. Can they march to the right? Let me see what that looks like. You know what I mean? And even if Slot isn't the guy, and then we end up like Chelsea for a moment, and we bring a third guy, and this guy's like, yo, just go straight down the middle. It's interesting to see this group of players want some stuff on the left. We see what they did on the right, and now we see them going straight down the middle. That's what I love about football. I love that about football. I don't want no Haaland type player where it's just one way. I don't want no Martinelli player where it's just running in straight lines according to your analogy.
Yeah.
No, man, let me see a bit more. Like I said with the Jones thing. Range of passing. You know what I mean? Elliott, left foot, right foot. If you're gonna create, bro, I need you to be creating on the right as well, man. Don't be one-sided. Oh, I gotta cut it back. Oh, I gotta put it over here. Oh, it gotta be perfect. No, man, just do the thing, man. You see my goals in pro clubs. They're not sexy. Yeah. Okay. Won us the games though, you know what I'm saying?
What do you think about because I feel like this week in particular, when it comes to Wataru, and everyone's got their own opinion. I just don't have to care about them. But people have been pretty disrespectful about the way he plays football and stuff like that, and throwing him away and making these statements from Slot that I've not seen Slot say once. I've not seen Slot say once that Wataru's not in his plans, but everyone's got this imaginary source where it's not in Slot's plans, isn't it? So
listen, my analogy on Endo is the same analogy I use in life and even with my missus. It's easy to see what's not in your cupboard than it is to see what's actually in your cupboard.
Yeah.
Because if you have 10 variety of canned goods, it's hard for you to see all 10, but it's very easy for you to identify there's no black label one in there because you see all the colors. So it's easy for you to know which one is missing than which one is actually there. So when you're looking at the squad, it's easy to see the player that you want in there than the player that's actually in there. So for Endo, there's no improving. Endo is what he is. He's a decent 6. He's a specialist. He's a veteran in his craft. And if you don't like the way he goes about his craft, you'll never appreciate what he does. No matter if he has a good day, you might even just minimize it to, it's a one-off good day.
Well, yeah, because everyone's doing the
because they're gonna Wait, was it you yesterday that was going on about the individual ability of your Ake and your Diaz and bro? That a better analogy couldn't have been said, because if we keep Hendo and we do a cup double, and someone go, it's a testament to Liverpool midfield. People will still say, yes, it's a testament to the midfield, but I believe if we would have gotten a better 6, we would have won the quad.
Yeah, it's true.
That's not an appreciation for the cup double. You see what I just did there?
No, I agree, because all the stuff that we've won previous now, that's how people speak. They do the colonizers thing, they rewrite history. Like, all of a sudden, all the men that won the trophy before, shit, bro. I'm like, bro, why can't you just appreciate that at that time they were really good, really great, and now their level's not the same? You don't have to get
Who
rid
was
of
the six when Klopp came to Liverpool?
We play 4-3. We played.
Lucas Leiva was in there. I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
he was in the. Yeah, he was. He was in that spot.
Is Endo better than Lucas Leiva?
Yeah, he's better than him.
Endo won a trophy in his first season at Liverpool.
He was a massive part of it as well, man. You see him after the Chelsea game in the
I
final.
mean, listen. How many trophies did Emre Can win at Liverpool?
None.
Endo won a trophy in his first season at Liverpool, being rotated with McAllister in the six. This is what I'm trying to show people and get people to realize. Oh, but it ain't no Champions League. Bro, we only won 6 Champions League in the history of Champions League.
In the history, yeah. That's what I keep, when everyone keeps saying about the titles, and I'm like, bro, listen, man. It's clearly not as easy as everyone's making it out to be. Of course, you want to be in there.
Liverpool won what? 20, 22 English titles, 1 Premier League?
No, we ain't got to 22 yet. We ain't got to 20 yet.
I mean, I was trying to speak some into existence still. But anyway, we might get back pay. We might get back pay on 2 of them. You know
I don't want it.
You don't want the back pay. But the point I'm trying to say is Gerrard never really won it. And it's no detriment to Gerrard. It's managing your expectations, man. Manage them. Because you can't say we're not going to win the Prem because of Hendo. You just can't say reckless things like that. So for Hendo, he is what he is. He serves a purpose. I told my boy, if we're going to groom, Trey or Morton for when Hendo leaves, then keep Hendo.
Yeah,
if we're not gonna have a future in these youths, then go buy the ready-made guy. Because buying the ready-made guy, somebody's gonna want someone that's probably in and around 24, 26. And we're just expecting Trey and Morton to just play Origi on the bench for 4 years. Is that the life we want for our youths? Having Curtis in the team for 4 years, but he still can't own the shirt and the spot? What good does that do us, bro?
It doesn't, man. It's an interesting thing, man, because obviously even the players you just mentioned, Trey, we saw him in that position in the last game. That's not normally where he plays. He normally plays further up the pitch anyway. Bajcetic before that season when he had the 10 games, he was playing.
It was reverse.
Yeah. He was playing all of his games in the 8, and then obviously he had the game against Newcastle and said he enjoyed it in the 6, and then my stocks are in those players anyway, especially Bajcetic, a little bit more experienced than Trey. I know everyone keeps saying, "Oh yeah, but he had an injury." I'm like, yeah, every footballer has an injury. I don't know why everyone always uses that against me when I say that one. Oh yeah, but you don't know what he's going to be like after his injury. So let's just get rid of every player that ever gets injured then before they come back. So for me, when I watched Slots football twice in these 2 games now, and I watched Wataru. First of all, people make stuff up. Because I hear bare stuff after games like, he kept losing the ball. I'm like, kept losing the ball or lost it once that you can remember, and it was just pivotal.
Because man was dispossessed 0 times, and that's what I said in the group. It's not a slate to your boy. It's just like the conversations that I'm realizing people are having. It's internet conversations because there's no basis to it and there's no point to it. You're gonna complain Hendo lose the ball too much, and he had 1 misplaced pass. Another man goes into the position, whether he should be in there or not, he loses it twice as much as Hendo, but you're not saying he shouldn't be in the squad. So I know it's a Hendo.
Yeah.
I know it's a Hendo agenda, which is fine, but just tell me you don't like the player. You see how I tell you I don't like Grealish? It has nothing to do with his ability. It has nothing to do with his calf or his face that somebody want to punch him in. It's just I don't like the guy, bro. I don't like him. I don't like Saka. There's a lot of men. It has nothing to do with their ability. I just don't like him. And if that's how you're telling me you feel about Hendo, I'll allow it. You don't have to like every footballer.
Yeah, I prefer that. When man just says I don't like him, then I'm like, okay, now I know that when I come for you for an opinion, I can get rid of your agenda and just listen to what facts you're talking about. I'm not trying to hear all the other stuff.
Bro, that's all it is. And as fans, that is what I respect more. I respect when a man said, you know how I feel about him, but on the real, he was really good. I like what he did here. I like what he did there. Bro, it's almost to the point where they don't even want to acknowledge whatever quality or ability man brings to the table. Man said, yeah, I hear all that, but he's still not good enough. But
yeah,
what he did in the game, was that enough?
Yeah, I don't like
but we need better.
I don't like the history revision, bro, because that's the good thing about, like, the only good thing about being online is I've got a database of people talking shit or saying facts, bro. So when everyone's acting like, oh yeah, I'm like, bro, I watched all of his last season. There was that period through the season after he got acclimatized to the league and everyone was cussing McAllister number 6. Man were begging for Wataru to play there, bro. And then as soon as he got in there, man said this absolute thing, we don't want to see McAllister there again. That's what everyone said.
You know what I love about doing these live shows, and I love the chat, and I love attacking some of you guys, and I love the feedback. I just see 2 men clicked up in the chat and said something that absolutely upset me, and I'm gonna be taking it very personal. Man said we need a bridge between Hendo and the kids. Name me another position in the team where there's a bridge between the starting guy and the kid.
Is he talking about the age range though?
It doesn't matter. Man said we need a bridge in there. Do we have a bridge between the senior right back and the kid right back? No. Do we have a bridge between the senior left winger and the kid left winger? No.
To be fair to him though, the gap between
do we have that for right wing though?
No, but the gap between Trent and Bradley is about 5 years, bro. It's not like.
But we have no bridge for right wing. We have no bridge for right wing.
No, we don't. But that's the one that we all know that we've never had it.
So why not focus on getting that set up?
Because the people who are saying that if you ask them what's their issue with the squad or what could you change or what do you think you can make better, everyone's going to say the 6 on it. Even the thing is, it's just the way some people describe stuff. Because I could say I think we can improve in that position, but that's not the reason why we didn't win certain things. It's just it just might be the reason why we do win certain things. Because I was trying to watch yesterday on Wataru, and my thing with Wataru is this: I've had the same thing with him the whole time. One, he has the same thing what Elliot has when. Trust yourself in it, because I'll see the opening. He doesn't play the ball between the lines very often. He'd rather just recycle it, give it simple back to somebody. There's a time and a place in the game for that. The time and the place when we're trying to get a goal ain't that time because you're slowing the game down. But the time when we're winning the game and the person who was the creator has come off the pitch, it's definitely the time to do that because he's always going to retain the ball and keep it, and he's going to clamp man if to try and run through. So I think he's perfect for that. But I saw gaps opening up where I know I think it's just youthful exuberance sometimes with like Bicetic and Trey and that. They're going to see that gap and play the ball through the line straight away. This are loads of people don't watch football, but like you watch him in the Bundesliga and Stuttgart before he was stopping them from being relegated, bro. You think he's trying to play the ball between the lines all the time? He's trying to clamp people and stop man scoring against them, bro. That's his whole thing. That was his whole thing. So when man
been in the trenches fighting forever, bro.
So every time people use it's quite vague to say bring in a 6 because people say that, and then the person they talk about, I'll go and watch the other team, and I'm like, they don't play him as a 6, bro. Just because he's a centre mid doesn't mean he's a 6, bro. The man
them said they want a destroyer, and I'm gonna go out on a limb.
Where are they?
Trying to run the agenda. No. Hendo is a destroyer.
Yeah, because there's no, bro. I swear to God, if you ask anyone, they're gonna tell you Pelini, bro, and there's nobody else, bro. In all these other teams, bro. Edison.
Look who Paulinho play for, bro. And that's just what I want to get at with the destroyer thing.
Yeah,
destroyers are usually on the bottom half of the table.
Oh yeah, it's true.
No, Savage. Let me recycle that for you one more time. You fight the best destroyer is the man preventing a relegation, bro. Tried and tested, bro. That's a destroyer. You think Rodri is a destroyer, bro? No, Rodri's a goddamn playmaker, spraying him on the edge of the box.
Yeah, see,
think about it, bro.
He was talking about the experience between them. It's a big gap in it. It is a big gap because at the moment the only person you're talking about in that spot, apart from Gravenberch, but he's young as well. You're talking about like a decade of experience gap. There's no.
It is massive. But the point that I always revert back to was in 2 years, Hendo can hold that for 2 years. For crying out loud, we've seen Milner at left back for 2 years. So you're
Yeah,
telling
that's what
me
I'm
for
saying,
2
bro.
years, we can't get Sabazalai to rotate in there, McAllister to
This is what I'm
rotate in
trying.
there,
This is what I'm
Jones to
trying.
rotate in there. They
This is
need
what I'm trying
game
to say
time
to
as
my
well.
son.
So for 2 years, they don't need to play in there every game. They just need to rotate in there.
I'm trying to see
And then
the
the
climate
kid will rotate in there as well to get the little experience.
until I've seen him up to date with slots football. I can't judge him on it, bro, because I think this is going to benefit him more than the other football that we used to play. I think it's going to benefit him way more. It's not going to be as fast paced, bro. So his whole thing is defend first, bro. Well, if you've got the ball all the time, well, the opportunity for him to defend first is going to be less, bro, which is a good thing. If you find they get to the end of the game, we do a play rating, and everyone doesn't know what to say about Endo because we didn't see him make as much tackles, but we won the game 1-0, 2-0. Well, that means he's done his job, innit? He's done his job, and it's not a sexy role, bro.
You know when I know he does his job? I know Endo does his job. Where every time he gets the yellow card, I clap him.
Yeah.
You know why I clap him? You know how many games we've lost because the 6 didn't want to take a yellow?
I mean, I know the reason why I don't want to bring it up because it lost us the league, bro. I know particular games, bro. Like every time people say that, I got Bowen in my head just running through and watching 3 men chase him. Yeah,
4 man, bro.
Nobody touch him.
You think Hendo's letting that slide?
Rotary will take a red for that, bro. Never mind the yellow. He'll take a red for it, bro.
And bro, that is what I'm on 6, bro. Like when I say I'm an out and out DM, bro, that is me, bro. That's why I appreciate what this guy does, bro. It's not a role, bro. It's not a role, bro. It's not a role where you're gonna get accolades in, bro. Declan Rice turning, and oh my God, he's the greatest player. I want you to look, Savage. I might do it on my own when I get home today. Go look at the amount of tackles that the 6s have in the Prem, and tell me which one of them is top 5.
Well, I know from last. I know Paulinho's top of the list.
Okay, but where's Paulino at? Fulham.
Well, Bayern Munich now, but yeah, Fulham.
Yeah, you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What is Fulham getting done to him on a weekly basis? Man, it's running through them.
No.
Who's stopping that? Who's stopping that?
Who's stopping that?
Paulino on his ones is stopping that.
That's my point when I said that if you're playing for a team that's going to have most of the possession, bro, then you're not worried about that as much, bro. Fernandinho used to get bare yellow cards, you know. I used to say this about Man City, that they've got these people.
Oh, yeah, Fernandinho and City, bro, man.
I would just drag you, bro.
Well, he was over there for what, 35, 36, bro.
Yeah.
Even without pace, bro, he was still clamping, man, because he can't foot race you.
No, we've seen Vinny mash him up with that blood. So he has to clamp, man, bro. I respect it, man.
But that's what people need to realize, man. Like, you allow the agenda, man. You know what I mean? And I always request the agenda you're gonna have for the 6, because of the way you view the 6, do you bring that same energy to the other positions? And that is my point.
That no one does.
So are you gonna hold the creator accountable for his lack of creation?
Look at this year. Last season per 90, most fouls, Wataru's second. Most yellow cards, Paulina's at the top, and most interceptions is Robinson from Fulham as well. I wish I knew that already, bro. Clampers, bro. Man,
so what's your definition of a destroyer? The guy that breaks up plays with most fouls and yellow card, or the guy who gets successful tackles? There's a fine line between that, bro.
Yeah, of course. That's why I never used it. That's why I was always the one where saying, like, if you're gonna have a conversation with me, don't use the word destroyer, bro. Because I feel like a lot of people make up their own terminology of what it's based on, and you expect me to respond to it. No, give me the details of what this person's supposed to do. Because when I hear destroyer, bro, I'm just like, because I don't know what you're talking about, and use that on some football manager terms. I just hear man kicking man, bro. That's all I hear. I just hear man just clamping man up, bro. That's it.
Yeah, but that's Endo every game.
It is, but it's a new thing that, like, 6 is this thing where even the fact that we refer to it as a 6 is a new thing, bro. Like, this wasn't it like 5-10 years ago, bro. Man was constantly.
Nah, you know what I think happened? And I could be immature with this analogy. You remember when we normally play with a sweeper, the lone guy in front of the keeper?
Yeah.
I feel like the 6 is just that guy. Instead of being in the middle behind 2 center backs, he's now in front of the center back. That's how I look at it, and that's how I play the game. I'm a sweeper in the midfield, bro. I'm the 6 that drops in between the center back, and I'm clamping anything that comes through it.
Well, yeah, because there's the word destroyer. Does that word destroyer give off the perception that this guy is going to be great offensively and put balls between the line and that? It gives off that I'm here to destroy stuff, bruv. And I'm not going to destroy my own team, am I? So that means when man runs through and Wataru takes man out, it's what you just said. I'm like, well, you're just explaining what he does, bruv. What people actually want is somebody different. They want somebody different, bruv. Because they want what
they don't want a 6.
I promise.
No, be honest, Savage.
They want Bruno.
They don't want a 6.
I promise you, the perfect. I can almost put a poll out, bruv. What they want is Bruno, bruv, from Newcastle. That's who they're describing, which isn't the same job that everyone's talking
about. Give a rush. He's not a lone 6.
That's exactly my point, bruv. So stop.
That's what I'm saying. They don't want a 6, bro.
They don't, because Caicedo for Brighton wasn't on his own either, bruv. Caicedo wasn't on his own.
Bro, they just want an able guy in the double pivot.
Bro.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
You know what they want? You know what they want? They want a tag team. They want 2 men in the middle. You see how we got like Virgil and Matip and Virgil and Gomez? That's all they need. They just need 2 able men in the middle. Genie and Hendo. That's all they need, bro.
They want the Hardy boys in midfield, bro. They want the Hardy boys in midfield. Now they do, bro, because they want one person to be Jeff and to be a bit more cultured and do the wild stuff, bro. And then they want Matt to just take the brunt of everything else. That's what they want, bro. They want the Dudley boys, bro. Bobby Ray and Devon. Everything we're explaining comes back to 2 people, bro. It doesn't come back to 1.
Yeah, it doesn't come from 1. Because no one man is that great. I'm going to be honest.
There is one person, and it's Rodri, bro. And I'm talking about in all of football, it's only Rodri, bro. I'm talking Real Madrid.
Nah, Savage.
No.
I will never.
I promise, bro. In all of football,
Savage. I'm going to say something.
Okay, man, in the chat.
I'm going to say something. No, Savage. I'm going to say something.
Put a name in of somebody who can do it on their own, bro. Just go on.
No, Savage, I'm going to say something. You're not all the way right, but you're not all the way wrong. Rodri, Michael Jackson. He's not alone, bro. Rodri's not alone. He has Stones coming in. He has men coming in there.
That's true. But
Rodri's not doing it alone, bro.
You're right, but the reason why I said Rodri is because of how we're playing football now. If we're talking about last season, different. The way we play football now is closer to Man City just off these 2 games, isn't it? So then it becomes...
Bro, even Busquets wasn't doing it alone, bro. Mascherano wasn't doing it alone. No, bro, no one goes in there by themselves. Conte wasn't doing it alone, bro, at Leicester. But I drink water.
I'm going to say, man, what Bajan said is right, bro. Since Fab's gone, and I'll say Fernandinho as well, it's just Rodri, bro. And you're right, he doesn't do everything alone.
Fab had Genie, bro.
No, I hear you, bro, but I'm saying that's the closest man to it. I'm saying for example, if you play against Liverpool and somehow you bypass Genie and Hendo, the lone 6 is there, bro. Will he clamp you, bro? Yes, I bet my money that Fab will do it when his legs are there. Will Fernandinho clamp you and take the ball? Yes, I bet my money. And not only will they do that, they'll probably get the ball off you and play the ball decently to somebody else as well. Will Rodri do it? Yes. Because Rodri never slides to the floor, really, just standing tackle and moves on. So,
but Savage, me, you, and Ensman verified that we have the visual ability to see these things. Yeah, you're telling me, you're not telling me last season we used to see Endo clamping one of the Angela Bucks.
I saw it.
Get him out of the game, bro.
You got to remember the reason why I said, because I'm not fighting against what you're fighting against. I'm with you on Wataru, bro. I know that eventually he's gonna have to get moved on anyway, bro. Because he's in the latter. Even if he lasted for another 6 years, he's still closer to the end of his career than he's the start. I'm fine with that, and you want to be proactive. You want to get like you said, whether it's a person from the academy or you buy somebody a bit younger, you want them in the squad before you have just because let's not act like a man's legs can't fall off just instantly.
Nah, you know it's pissing me off as well.
Because I've seen it with attackers. I've seen Torres be bad boy at Liverpool, and just before he went to Chelsea, he was. This is what everyone forgets about Torres. Before he left Liverpool, he was shit, bro. He was shit. I don't know what happened to him. He just turned shit, bro. Then he got to Chelsea, and I was still screwing. I was like, oh, Chelsea's gonna make him better. No, he stayed shit, and he stayed shit forever, bro. It just happens sometimes. I watched Fab's legs go in the season when we got the dub. We won the double. Then we got to Champions League final and got to last of the season. I made videos that season with screenshots and everything about Fab's leg, and everyone kept saying, "Oh, sorry, come on, we're winning." Well, I said, "No, I'm not being rude about it. I'm saying the geezer's killing it, but I see a man that, oh, you had a baby, and Rebecca, and you have to go to the hotel because the baby's crying. Where's Fab's legs now, blood? They didn't come back.
You know, it's crazy.
Yourself, bro.
There's two things I want to touch on here because, yo, you see you, Philip, yeah?
Big up, Philip.
And Pops, big up yourself, bro. Here's what's happening here, Philip. I watch Hendo climb man on the edge of their box, and I've watched Rodri in both home and away game say he's gonna climb Hendo, and Hendo drop the shoulder and sit Rodri down.
No, we had 2 games where Endo was better than Rodri and he was better than Rice, bro.
No, but that's what I'm saying. In the home and the away game, that's the 2 examples. Drop the shoulders on him, bro. So what do you want from Hendo? Because he's doing it to the best. Are you mad that the guy expecting him to climb is a little slippery? And you see this Brexit midfield thing, Pops? Thank you for bringing it back up, because this is exactly what the dilemma is. When we had the midfield, we were afraid to brag about the midfield because we were allowing people to tell us, well, you have no techers in there. Well, you have no this in there. So we were allowing people to poke hole in what we have, which is something we always do. Stop letting people shit on what we have. We need to be humble and modest enough to know it works for us, bro.
Now, you lot say that, but I was out on the island on my own with Hendo and that, but you man just letting man diss the captain and that, so I ain't trying to hear that from you still.
Nah, it was. Listen. I always speak the truth. When he was hoofballing, I just called it what it is.
Nah, the season when he was hoofballing more than any was the season when him and Fab was shit that season. But you was doing it the whole time.
But if man ain't shit, bro, you have to cook man.
No, but you doing it, but people were doing it the whole time when he wasn't doing that, bro.
No, I didn't join that bandwagon until he started really just turning up the shit. But I get your point. There's some moments I allow it. I'll hold my hand up. I'll take accountability. Not doing it again.
This is how bad it is for me, bro. I'm not going on another channel, what's not Liverpool, and letting rival fans talk about Nunes, bro. Even with all the flaws I know he's got, you're not dissing my striker, bro. You're not doing it, bro. You better
die on that. Yeah, man, die on that, man. If you got, bro, you think that man can chat to me, bro?
Now bro. If you're not bringing Haaland to the table, I'm trying to hear from you about your striker, bro. What I'm supposed to hear about
and even, bro, I'm still putting him above Haaland, bro. The same was putting Hendo over Rodri, bro. Bro, it's my player, bro. Yeah, you think I'm gonna let you disrespect my missus because you walking around here with some surgery thing? Nah, my missus is natural. Done that, bro.
If you come on the stream and you go, yo, Savage, what's wrong with you? You feel like you sound a bit down and that, and I'm like, nah, my sister's winding me up the bitch, brother. And you're like, yeah, sure, bitch, man. I say, who the fuck you talking to? Get on my channel, bro.
Man.
I can call her a bitch. You can't call her a bitch, bro.
Yeah, nah, bro. You have to defend yours, man, and protect yours. But
you are right, though, because I think what Philip said is literally from what people say, that is what they're asking for, bro. So all this destroyer talk and all that, bro, that's not what they really want, and that's why it confuses us when we try and analyze what people are talking about. I'm like, that's not what you want, because as you just said, that's what Wataru is, bro. So clearly you don't want that, bro. You want something else. You want Busquets, bro. You want Rodri, bro.
They want the Brexit midfield, because the Brexit brought something that a lot of football fans forgot about. But it's simple. It's simple tactics.
They never dictate to play the game, though.
But you don't need that. Why would you need it? Think about the team we have. If we have a team where the fullbacks and the attackers dictate the game and the midfield just recycle it, that means the midfield recycling stuff is a great tactics in football. It's not every team tactics, but it was our tactics, and it worked well. We move away from that. That means we're going to have to reshape the entire team. So, to Pops, are you willing to let go of your striker that you used to create and facilitate? Or are you willing to let go of the fullbacks who used to create and facilitate? Because if you're going to put that responsibility in the middle, them man need to go back to doing their original jobs then.
We know what's going to happen, bro. There ain't going to be no single fix, bro. Even if we brought someone that everyone says, quote unquote, Edison's the guy that I said if I was going to buy someone, I'd buy him. Safe, innit? This is how you know that man don't watch football. Yeah, with your Savage, man, there's a bad boy 6. He does not play in the 6, blood. Plays in midfield. He plays there with somebody else, but he's not in the 6 on his own, bro. Like most people are not in the 6 on their own, bro. So I just think we're gonna see when McAllister comes back. But that double pivot will return, bro, and McAllister will be in there with somebody else. But that's exactly what's gonna happen. And McAllister will
So do you think, because like I said, us fans among ourselves will put it to one position. We know it's not one position because when we have Bobby, Mane, and Salah, no one really praised individuals in that, like, oh yeah, they dope in that. It was always collective three and the way the three move, and this one drops air.
Oh yeah, it was
right
never,
now.
it was never on its own.
Yeah,
it was always collective. Yeah.
Right now, what we have is a good player in Sabazalai, a good player in McAllister, and we just don't. The only one in there that you can poke a stab at is Hendo, and I feel like that's what they're trying to get rid of. They're trying to get rid of the talking point. Well, Hendo ain't really the greatest for them to, and it's like, yeah, but it worked. Won a trophy with that. Can it be improved upon? Sure, but you can improve any one of them players,
Well, he had
and it'll probably go better.
He had a better season than most of our team with Toru. So
what I'm trying to say is, as a three, Hendo, McAllister, Sabazalai, doesn't roll off the tongue very sexy. The visuals of that isn't as sexy.
Okay.
You see what I'm trying to say? So that's all we're looking for. We're just looking for that sexy combo.
Yeah, let me go back to this a second because this is what I was trying to get through. There's this rotation thing that they were doing yesterday where for a period it wasn't definitive that who was the deepest player in it. It's a pivot, but it's almost like a triangle. And that triangle is rotating throughout the game, which means at any point, Sabazalai could be the head of that triangle, and whoever's there, Elliot and Curtis, then Curtis can. And I think I was watching it, bro. And I think if you do that, bro, one, it confuses the other team because they don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. You're gonna see the best of each player because they've all got traits attacking. You're probably gonna see less of the rotation where Elliot drops into the pivot because he's out of the three. He's not the best defensively out of the three because the other two are stronger than him. Curtis can press better than him. And Sabazalai is a weird one because people probably praised Sabazalai today on his defensive work yesterday. I praised him most of last season on that defensive work. And that was while everyone was saying he was playing shit, bro, when he was covering Trent. He can do that because he's supposed to be one of the fitter guys in the team. He's strong, he's fast. So maybe some of the sexier technical skills that everyone wants from people, you might see less of it. But as you just said, you're probably going to see more from a team collectively. And I hate to keep coming back to Man City or Brighton, but sorry, I can't help it because that's the football I see. And also, Man City are the champions, and they've been the champions, and they are the best team. Name where's the sexy technical stuff in Man City, bro? As individuals, because all of the ones were technical before they got to Man City, and all of them lost some of that to help with the team in it. I.e., Grealish was the main man before he got to Man City at Villa, bro. He just was. Now he's not, bro. He doesn't play like that. Bernardo sacrifices loads of what he does. And Foden stepped up towards the end of the season, but even he was in there just doing his bit for the team. Kovacic ain't shit, but he knows what he needs to do on the pitch, bro. We saw it with Mahrez, bro. We didn't get to see the stuff what we saw at Leicester with Mahrez at Man City all the time because the team's the better thing, bro. And you end up mopping the ball in, and that's why when I got to the end of the season and I put everyone's goals against each other, and everyone said that our team don't score enough goals in terms of our attackers and that, I'll just employ everyone to do this. Bring up Man City's players and bring up Liverpool's players and put them against each other. And the only outlier is going to be is Foden and Haaland, bro. And it's only one season for Foden. The rest of the time, it's just Haaland. Everyone else, it's about the same numbers, and Liverpool's normally more. It's not a made-up thing. It's not a made-up thing. It's everyone can go and check. Everyone wants to check for all this other GA bullshit and that. Go and check, bro. You'll find out very quick that if this geezer's on 5 at Man City, this geezer's on 4 at Liverpool, or the other way around. If this geezer's on 7, this geezer's on 9. It's not far apart, bro. And the same with Arsenal. The season before, it was, I think, 13 for Odegaard, 13 for Martinelli, and then maybe 14 for Saka, which means it was pretty balanced throughout. Then after that, the highest goal score was Xhaka on 7. And then after that, it was just lower than that. Everything was like 5, which is what Liverpool were doing anyway, bro. So, man, the receipts for everything and that people just don't choose to look. I hear the narratives and that no one's in the wrong for wanting new players and no one's in the wrong for wanting to keep players, but I don't understand disrespecting the player that we've got or players that we've got just because you want a new player, because that ain't going to get you the new player, bro. It's really not.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. So, midfield, because it's the hot point forever. McAllister, Curtis, and Sabazalai. Who in that midfield gives you a defensive? You know that player defensively he'll be good.
Which
Out of
players
the three,
which players did you just say?
McAllister, Curtis, and Sabazalai. Which player in there you're expecting to come out of that three with the most tackles?
Curtis.
Okay.
Mm.
Which is probably going to be 2 to 4 in the game, right?
Yeah, it's a certain type of tackle as well because it's not the last ditch tackle. It's not the sliding tackle. It's his bet. You know what? Actually, I might be wrong. It might not. It might be Sabazalai because what Curtis is, it's not a tackle. It's usually a
You're
interception.
closing down and confining and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he's pressing, and then someone tries to play the ball, and he's locked it off. That wouldn't come up as a tackle. Where Sabazalai, if you're running with the ball, he will chase you down and hack your leg, bro. So he's pretty good at that as well. So yeah, I'll probably go in that order actually. Sabazalai, Curtis, and then McAllister. Although there was a period last season where I think McAllister had like the most tackles for a bit, which kind of got caught me off guard because he was also the person who had been ran past the most in the league as well, which is crazy. More than Wataru, by the way. Just saying.
No, the reason why I bring that up is Pops, you fell for it as well, by the way. And no, I don't think you're dissing Endo. It's just the takes and the points and the way people talk in the chat on stream. You can see what's happening because Pops, you said in your next comment that 3 defend as a unit. But why can't another 3 defend as a unit? Why is no one measuring another 3 combo as a unit? Why measure them individually? But then when you put 3 other names together, oh, that's a unit.
That's a great point.
So I just asked that question just to show you that point, the way we look at it. So we don't need a one man, we need a unit, and we need a unit we can trust to say you're expected to get all the tackles, you're expected to, stuff. No, I'm talking directly to you, Pops. It's not a bait out thing. So what I'm trying to say is we want a midfield unit, we want a defensive unit, and we want an attacking unit. Salah is probably most people's weak link in the attacking unit, but we'll allow him because he has the numbers. But if you scale it out, he's actually the weakest link in the unit as far as style of play, build up play. Just my preference.
No, you know.
No.
No, I'm not going to let you get away with that, bro. I'm not going to bring it up.
Let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. If you cut me off there, it looks bad. Nunes is the weak link as far as conversion and, reliable to put the ball in the back of the net.
As far as everything.
Yeah, Diaz is the weak link as far as, creating assist and, you know what I'm trying to say? So they all have their flaws, what I'm saying. But when you scale it based on what you like as a person, you might identify the guy that overall may not necessarily be the weak link. So when I look at the front 3, I'm saying, Salah is probably the one in there that we can really. You see what I'm trying to say?
We said that last season at AFCON when it's not. Everyone's like, yeah, but he scores the most goals, and we was like, yeah, but the team looks way more fluid when he's not playing. So.
Right. So that's the point I'm getting at now. So I'm not defending Endo with this. I'm saying if that is the way people are using to beat Endo, I get it. You see what I'm trying to say? I'm not defending Endo with that logic. I'm saying when you look at the front 3 or the 4 in the middle, the first 3 I gave you, and then you include Endo, you look at that 4 and go, we can probably improve on the Endo piece. Where a guy like me looking at the front 5, and I'm looking at it and going, we can probably improve on the Salah piece. It doesn't mean Salah is the worst guy in there. The same way it doesn't mean Endo's the worst guy in there.
Yeah, like so Harry Kane wasn't the worst, and I said that Spurs should have got rid of him. Made sense. That makes a good point.
You see what I'm trying to say? So even when you look at the defensive 4 in the middle, VVD, Konate, Sepp, and Kwanzaa, people might look at that and go, we can get a better guy than Sepp. But really and truly, Sepp is in his rightful spot in that pecking order. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's just how you look at the group and what you expect from the group. So
I will say though, from their point of view, it's weird because I'm speaking to like a mad fan base and I don't even know who I'm talking to most of the time.
Yeah, it's just general.
I think the only opposite to what you're saying, and I actually agree with you. I think the reason why they speak about him like that is, and not as a collective, is because it's the lone six thing. It's the lone. It's because they keep mentioning lone six, so then it's like, now I have to bait him out on his own. So now I won't talk about whether Curtis or Szoboszlai or McAllister helps him out. He's on his own. When really we shouldn't be saying with you. I shouldn't be saying they're helping him out. I should be saying that all of you are a collective and you're all helping each other. But it keeps coming back to him being on his own, and because it's him being on his own, the perception they've got is back four, Wataru in front of them, and then everyone else off doing their thing in it. And if there's a transition, everyone against Wataru running towards him, and nobody wants to see it.
It's a 20v1.
Yeah, nobody wants to see it, bro. But you are right, and I don't know what the manager's gonna do, because even if the manager decided not to go with Wataru next season, not get rid of him, but just didn't decide, I still don't think he's gonna do this lone six thing. I don't think it's gonna happen, bro.
I don't think it's smart. The same way a lone striker isn't smart. So what is men doing when we're recycling? Just hands on hip, fist bumping the center backs.
Okay, so that's my point. Because the lone striker, like for example, Villa, if someone just said off the topic of the go, Watkins is a lone striker. Okay, technically on the paper, yeah, it looks like that. But when the game starts, let's not pretend that Bailey and Diaby ain't doing stuff. They are. They're both up there with him. There's three of them. There's three of them there. Same with Semenyo at Bournemouth. He's always and Justin Kluivert. They're always helping out Solanke in that position as well. The only team, because even Arsenal don't do it because they don't use their proper striker like that, it's literally Man City, and they changed to do that once Haaland came in. Before that, they were using Aguero, and it was free, and it was Bernardo, Sterling, and Aguero, or Mahrez and Sterling and Aguero, whatever like that, and then Foden. Man City changed to Haaland, but then what they did was they said, okay, now the whole team is built around what he's going to do, and the only reason why we're happy to do that is because, well, the man scores more goals than he plays games, so it's worth it. If he didn't, if he could only guarantee 20 goals a season, Haaland, they wouldn't do it, bro. It's not enough for them. They wouldn't do it because the rest of the guys don't score that many goals, bro. So,
but you see in games where he's clamped out, like the Newcastle game, and even against us.
Yeah.
You build a team around one guy, they put him in the pocket. Now your team is in the pocket.
But that's my point. The reason why they're happy to do it is because that's what is going to happen to him 3 games a season. For the rest of them, he's going to end up on 40 goals, bro, 50 goals. But you are right, and that's where Pep has to go, okay, bring on Alvarez, man, because we can't do this. And then as soon as Alvarez comes on, he doesn't play lone striker. He drops in where Jota was playing yesterday or where Harvey's playing. And all of a sudden, they're recycling it back to how they used to and getting to the byline. Doku to the byline, cuts it back. And whoever's there, I couldn't tell you who's going to be there because it could be Guavadov for all I know, bro. Could be Ake. I don't know where they come from, bro. But they're so competent on the ball.
Yeah, you remember when Gundogan used to run in there and just mush up things, bro.
It's amazing on it, bro. Like that's why Man City is so good. And I think Liverpool, I don't think Slot's going to play that exact style. I think he's going to take bits of everything. It would be interesting to see, I know you mentioned at the beginning, if he eradicates the long ball or if he uses it as a tool, because if he eradicates it, takes a bit away from what we can use as a team in certain aspects. But
yeah, because I'm like from the keeper, VVD and Trent. It's a lot.
Because at the moment, we've had 2 games and there's not been that many long balls compared to what we normally play. But I would like to see it as an out ball if it's needed, because as I said, the middle point between, at the moment, Slot, Guardiola, and De Zerbi is because when the ball's not on for the pass, De Zerbi still wants these out to pass the ball, bro. I don't want that for our team, bro. I don't care how comfortable you are on the ball. I don't want man to have to still pass the ball to man 3 yards away. I think actually there's a point Kelleher did that yesterday. Jones was next to him, like he had to run next to him to get a 2-yard pass, bro. And I was like, bro, just play it up the pitch, bro.
But that's it sounds like hate, but it's just not something I appreciate. For Jones to get the ball, he's running dead at you, in your face, next to you. It's like, bro, I know how to pass the ball, bro. Yeah. Go into space and I'll give it to you. No, he's coming to you, and what he does with that is, all the man have to do is just follow him. Or I'm gonna follow you in.
Yeah, I agree. But in that particular moment, Kelleher wasn't going to pass the ball. That's what I don't want us to do. Kelleher's thing yesterday was like, if you don't get into the right position, or remember Arsenal man marking us, so it's almost the only time he was able to get it was when he went into Jota's chest on it, and then he headed it, and then Elliott passed on and scored. So when we're all in like a tight space, and Kwanzaa's got a man on him, which was Martinelli at the time, and then Jesus is on this guy, really, you're looking for the wingers now, Salah, whoever's on the wing to spread the play.
Carvalho, yeah.
And Kelleher, and I know it's because it's pre-season and the learning stuff, so he's saying, no, I'm not doing that, bro. I've been told to pass the ball. Somebody make space. Curtis was trying to make space. He was man-marked as well. And he's like, he was just dilly-dally on the ball, so he went and got it off him. He went right, and then they played a 1-2, and they did get out of it. The problem is it means that you might get a point in the season, maybe twice, where Kelleher goes to do that, and the other team just scored, bro. Like what I said when Jesus tracked him down and nearly scored. It might just happen. I watched.
But that's how Curtis was getting dispossessed. He's thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna run into space, run to the guy, get the ball." Yeah, the man marker was on him the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the beauty is that we won't give me. Other teams don't man mark like that all game. Most teams don't.
Yeah, the intensity is mad, but in that moment, bro, we could go down.
I know nothing came of it. Two other things I noticed. When there was a corner against us and a free kick, we normally do zonal marking. We did half and half. So it's almost like, I don't know if Slot's going to do this for individual teams, but he knows that who the guy they're aiming for in it, which in Arsenal team's Gabriel. And you know the guy who we had at right back in the second half, Stevenson, ginger dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was just grabbed. Remember, in fact, what he did is he dashed him to the ground, did it, and Fingers trying to get a penalty, Gabriel, because he wouldn't let go of him. And it's almost like, okay, I'm watching 3 people be man marked here on Arsenal's team, and then the rest of our players they're in the right by the goal.
The zonal thing, yeah,
they're doing the zonal thing, which normally we just do. So I like it because it's something different. It's like, okay, we've saw what the threat is, and as long as we man mark,
I didn't like that. There was no outball though. There was no
outball. Yeah, there was no outball. That's true. But he said that. And then there was the corner that we had, which it didn't come to anything. But we did the special FIFA corner. Did you see it?
No, my thing disconnected.
Okay, so
that was in like the first 10 minutes one, right?
Yeah. So normally we just have a regular corner, and everyone just looks like they're trying to pick up a spot and run in space. I'm not making it. Everyone in the box came to the back post. All of them.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I was like, "Is that a dude?" I should have made a note. Yeah. So it was 9 men at like the edge of the 18, and just kind of dispersed into the box.
Yeah. It was.
You don't only line up on the edge, and then they break out like that. Yeah. They all came from the back post, bro. I was like, "The fuck?"
It was 3. God. It was 9 of them, and 3 went towards the goalkeeper. 3 went to the near post and 3 went in the box, bro. And obviously, I think I can't remember why the ref blew the whistle. I don't know if the ball went out of play first or whatever. So we only got to do it once. But it was nice to see something different in it, because there's one part of our game that winds me up. It's set pieces.
No, I think Jota got wrestled in one of those.
That might be what it was then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because there was a fight between Jota and Kivio all game where we had to skip that shit.
Yeah. Because when I saw it, I'm like, that's too chaotic. Man's gonna get punched up. Bro, you have 9 men running from the edge of the box.
Yeah.
I don't know if they all know where they're running. But you have to run through men to get there.
They all ran into the perfect spot. Like, it wasn't.
No, but Savage, what I'm saying is the other team, you have 9 men. Somebody's gonna get clattered, bro.
Yeah.
You're not dodging the opponent who's trying to stand ground and hold you up, and other men is. It's too chaotic, bro. I don't like it.
What I did like about it though is, obviously, pointed out a lot last season, and they did it yesterday. Arsenal have their own way of taking corners and free kicks in it. Their shit's kind of cheating still, but they get away with it, so fuck it. We tried it.
Stand outside and block the man so the free guy can run in.
Remember we did it in the League Cup final.
It got blue. Yeah, I think we scored a goal from it. It got chalked off.
They literally blocked, man. But these men are doing up like the Patriots move and that, bro. I said, you can't do that. Trying to block running through in that.
Screen. They call it screening. Screening.
The reason why I respect Arsenal for doing it is because, if you found a loophole and they're going to blow the whistle for it, then do it. Remember, last season, their trick was at the beginning. I don't know if they're still going to go with this. Arsenal used to take extra long to take corners on it. And it was an actual thing. Like, Tommy Yasu ended up getting sent off because he took too long. They would wait, and then the ref would blow the whistle and tell them, hurry up. Then they'll just take the corner quick, bruv. And I'm like, that is some devious stuff, you know, bruv. Because obviously the other team's distracted now, the ref's blowing the whistle and told you to hurry up. And they're just swinging it in. I'm like, yeah, I respect it, man. But it's one of them, man.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, man. There will be occasions where we are 4-1, 4-1, and 4-3-3, but the 6 will usually have company in the 4-4-2, 4-2-2. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you'll always have company.
Yo, Pops, which one you like more, the 4-2-4 or the 4-1-4-1? I like the 4-1-4-1 because that's the position I play in. That's the position I play in.
4-2-4 is 2K. I'll take if you play against that will transit. If you play against 4-2-4,
and it doesn't give you the target guy. So
yeah,
what I like with the 4-1-4-1, it's probably what most Liverpool fans want to see as well, because it's almost a version of that. You have your lone 6 destroyer, and then you have your lone striker, target man. A team with a target man and a destroyer is a very dangerous team, bro. Because you have 4 men behind the destroyer and you have 4 men behind the target man. It's dope, bro. I love that formation. Man.
Nah, it's dope, man. Yeah, you only get caught in the 4-2-4 is when team transitions on you. It's a long day, blood. If you play against
because you're top heavy with 4 men.
Oh my god, bro, it's horrible, bro. And then you're gonna have to look at certain ones of our players and go, I don't really trust you to run all the way back still. You know what I mean? But it's dope, man. Probably leave it there. So I got a resting stream in an hour actually, so break between that, man. But big up to you guys in the chat, man. Been dope. I think I don't know. Actually, I read. Nah, it's all right. I had started some of Bajan's questions, but I read them out already. So, any more questions before we go, guys? Good analysis of the game, though, man. I enjoyed the game. It was. I have to special shout out the second half. The youngsters defended really well, man.
Ooh, talk about as a unit now, like 11, bro. not no unit in midfield, unit.
Bro, that's a unit, bro. That was a unit, bro. It was narrow, and they basically said to Arsenal, "Use the wings if you want, and try to see what you can do to us, bro." And
did you see how they weathered that Arsenal possession, bro? Weathered it. Just. Did you see Arsenal going side to side, looking on the press, bro?
You know what I loved about it? I mentioned this 2 days ago. That one of the issues we had last season is we couldn't win a game 1-0 because we were already 1-0 down in it. So now we have to score an extra goal. So there's extra pressure on the strikers when realistically every footballer can have a day off in terms of like, you're not going to be, but as long as we got 1 goal, it's enough. We didn't have that. So they had to keep trying to score extra goals. We were winning the game 2-1 when these lot were doing this, which is technically 1-0 up. You 1 goal ahead in it. And then man said, we don't need to score big, man. Use that try it. Use that. That don't happen at Liverpool normally. Normally we're like, we've scored 1. Let's try and score 4 more, blood, because why not? Nah. These men said, listen, try and beat us on it. Try and beat us, see what happens. Then they couldn't get through. They couldn't do it. Man.
You know what you said that was dope, and I think it can be our own little cheat code. And I don't know if the fans will fuck with it too, but I would lose my shit if we do this. You know, when you're playing against a team like Forest, and they get that early goal, and they sit back and like, well, come on then.
Yeah.
Imagine if we as Liverpool with all the tactics and ammo go 1 down. I mean, score 1 against the opposition and go, all right, there's the ball.
Oh,
what you got? And then we just fuck them up. And every time we fuck them up, we go, okay, here you go. Try something. Bro, I would lose my shit if we do that, bro.
It's cool, because if you do that, the chances are you're still going to have points in the game where you can transition on it, whether it's corners, when the other team has a corner. Because remember, even if we sit back, Salah and that's still going to be a higher up than everyone else. So they're still going to have that point where, like, yeah, we'll just break on you, bro. We've already got a goal. Now we'll go for it. We'll wait for it to open. Yeah. That period where Man City won all them games back to back, bro. I watched some of them. They were terrible, bro, but they're like, we scored 1 in this game. If you check your phone and see that Man City won, it looks like we battered this team because by the end of it, we end up winning 3-0. But all what happened was we scored 1, they outplayed us, but we defended. And then it got to the 88th minute, and then Haaland popped up and Bernardo popped up because the other team's tired. You know how tiring it is to try and break that team, bro? It's horrible, bro. And it was narrow as shit because they said, okay, you can cross it in, but there ain't no one in here to cross it. You're going to cross it into Saka, bro. Martinelli, the Odegaard, they're not going to there to head of the ball, bro. So I like it, man. And again,
I love it, man. I love
we
it.
ain't playing against Arsenal every week, bro. So I'm here for it still. Gary said, how many games do you think Trey will play? I don't know. I would if he stays at Liverpool and doesn't go on loan.
You know, I don't think it will stay though. Who asked that? Gary. I don't think it would stay. A part of me want him to stay, but I wouldn't want him to stay and doesn't have the right experience outside of Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'd want him to go out there and understand the terrain of football, not just Liverpool football, but the terrain of football. Because what makes you a great player isn't about what you learned at Liverpool. It's some of the things that you're bringing new to the table.
Yeah.
You know, and always use Trent corner kick against Barcelona. That wasn't something that was coached or taught. That's just him knowing football and what the moment required. And some of those experiences may come off from a loan spell. You know, so
he's already been obviously he's not been on loan before, but he didn't come from the Liverpool academy, and we only been here for like a year and a half.
So you're saying you already have a few?
Well, he came from Leicester, innit? So like he's already been outside of this club. The club's still kind of new to him. He seems
okay.
Like
well, I kind of was using somebody else as an example. So if that's the case, then I don't know, man. I still feel like I'd want him to really graph a little bit more, because I wouldn't want to trust him with 10 games tops for the season. I feel like he should have more than 10, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree, because if you can't guarantee everyone
bro, 10 is a lot of games for 10 games, bro.
Every season,
that's a lot of games, bro.
That's why Kelleher wanted to go before, because every season everyone goes, just give him the cup games. I'm like, you do know that the cup competitions are all knockouts, bro, apart from the Champions League at the beginning. So what if you lose the first game? Then he gets 2 games, bro. Because that's what happens if you lose in the third round.
Bro, if you tell Trey you're giving him 10 games, bro, it will seem like a lot of games for him. But the reality of it, bro, for him to grow and properly develop, he would need more than 10 games.
He does. But he's the youngest of the slot. I think Doak is people like Doak and that little.
That's the same thing I'm using to measure freaking Jones, bro. I feel like if Jones had some real good season legs in him, week in, week out, whether it's loan or whatever, bro, you need that, bro.
I would agree if the reason why he didn't have that in his legs is because he wasn't being played. It's because of injuries, bro.
Some of his injuries were I wouldn't say stupid, because they are what they are. And the same goes for Elliott, because he was getting week in, week out looks. But that's just the type of development I feel like certain youngsters would need to really kick on with the stamina, the energy, the ability to be up and down, back and forth. It's really good, man. Look at the way Bradley's running around, man. I'm not saying Lone did it for him or anything like that, but that type of energy, if you're running like that week in, week out, bro, it does help you and benefit you as you get more seasoned.
Do you think Nunes will flourish more on the slot than Klopp? I'm going to leave the jury out on that question, bro. I'm not even going to. Because I don't, only because this is not me trolling Nunes. I know that the people who make excuses for him, bear in mind, I don't dislike Nunes, so, I'm telling the truth. The people who make excuses for Nunes want to constantly bring up stuff about the system. That is nothing to do with you in front of goal, bro.
Okay. I thought you was gonna go a different direction. I was about to spaz.
There's two places on the
Slot and Klopp have nothing to do with Nunes.
No, there's 2 places on the pitch where it has nothing to do with the goalkeeper and striker, bro. If you're letting the ball roll under your armpit every time someone has a shot, don't be blaming slot system. If Alisson or Kelleher all of a sudden starts miskicking the ball, don't blame slot system. And if Nunes is missing one-on-one easy chances or open goals and that, bro, I can't. What can a manager say to him at that point, bro? Don't miss. Yeah, you know that already because you're scoring it in training. So I think the only thing what can help him is the fact that he might score more goals just by proxy of being more disciplined, because he'll be in the position where there's a position where he kept vacating last season, and he's not good enough to do the playmaker stuff what Jota and Harvey and all these people can do. So him just being in the box all the time means that when Salah looks up to cross the ball in, there's actually somebody standing there. When the left winger looks up to cross the ball in, because Diaz's fault is he doesn't get enough assists, but also I've seen enough balls played into Diaz, and when he looks up, there's no one in the box. Because one, no one's going to catch up with what he's doing anyway, because it's a cross-field ball from Trent. But the one person you do want to be there is the striker, bruv. Because where else is he, bruv? What else has he been doing? So I'm gonna leave the jury on that one, but I don't know, man. I hopefully he does well. He scored quite a few goals last season. So Trey isn't ahead of Grav and Steph at this point, so he might not see. Yeah, I agree. They would benefit from some minutes. Don't see him ahead of. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, I'm the same. I got Bajcetic definitely ahead. I think Gravenberch. It's easy to get excited over, and to be fair, everyone should because it was great to see. But I already know that Gravenberch can do exactly what Trey did in that game, bro. It's not even a question for me, bro. Like, let's be honest, there was an extra spice to how we felt about what he did because of his age, bro. But if Gravenberch has done that in a regular game, which I've seen him do, he's like, oh, Gravenberch had a good game today because you expect it of him. So I think he'll be fine there. How many minutes would you give Konate versus? How many minutes would you give Konate and Gravenberch versus United?
I'll give him a half. Unless I see them starting to drop. I'll definitely run a half. Same. 45 minutes. I mean,
they're both fit. Bro. Like I said this.
Yeah, yesterday, but it's just a matter of how they getting on with whatever instructions and little time
that's true.
They probably had to work with them. But I'll definitely go a half. All the big boys coming back. I want to see him run a half. Unless I was running some other systems where it's now 60 minutes in and I have them as an option to come on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What about Yaros? You want to see Yaros again? Because Kelleher got the full game.
Yeah, put him in there because there's more stuff on the ball to deal with now with the ball at your feet. So I do need to see him. It ain't really about him saving. I'm sure if he's a professional goalkeeper, then I mean I say that, but Onana's a bit shit in there. But I'm sure that he can save the ball and that. So let's see if he can deal with the ball at his feet and stuff like that. Yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know how true this is, but Allison, Mac, Darwin, Lucho will all come back this week, but they will be at the AXA Training Center doing training because then there's no reason for them to join us in the US. Yeah, I think that makes sense because actually, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Actually, man. I quite, if that is true, and I don't know, but if that is true, I rate that because on preseason, I'm trying to think back. Have there ever been anyone that just jumps in halfway?
Once preseason?
Yeah. It's usually your starters, but in that system, you would have already been the manager, so you already know what regime and regimen to run the 11 under, where you just say, all right, I'll bring some of the kids and a few men that's available. When you're a new manager and you into your preseason, but then you got some quote-unquote big boys that's coming back, dragging them in the middle of wherever you're at, you're not really going to get a good gauge off of them besides playing time. And if you're a new man trying to assess the squad, you're better off assessing what you have in your hand and then focus on them men down the road.
Which means they probably won't start the season.
They probably won't. So it's not a bad approach. It's just
as long as there's somebody.
That's why he's the manager, man.
Yeah, which there will be, I'm sure. But as long as there's somebody at the training ground to get across what slots, messages, in terms of how they play.
Yeah. I'd rather break one coach or two.
Yeah, same.
Off my preseason team than trying to bring in 10 men on the preseason team. Because that means I'm sending 10 men home early off the preseason.
Oh, okay. You said that after Man U, there's only we're back. Yeah, but is the Sevilla? I thought the Sevilla game was part of this tour. Is it not part of the tour?
No, I think Sevilla's at home.
Oh yeah, well then if that's the case, then yeah, you're right. It makes sense for them to just go straight back to the training ground.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Because if you bring those, let's say it's 5 players, bro, you might as well send 5 that's with you now home then.
Yeah, it's less time for them, extra travel time.
Yeah, and you don't have enough assessment as a new manager to really gauge the 5 you're sending home. So let them 5 stay there. I'll gauge them in the last preseason game. And I'll just send 2 more coaches to go over there and make sure them men are ready for that game. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And then give them man 60 minutes in that game unless they shit. But no, I think it's dope. And I wasn't measuring Klopp like this real quick, but I will say I like Slot's approach thus far.
I mean, yes,
And I think that's a calm statement to make and an accurate statement to make. His
yeah,
approach thus far, it makes me feel a little bit comfortable with him.
which
I
is
don't know if he's gonna spiral out, but
no, it's funny that you said that because that's basically what Curtis said, and everyone cooked him for it, bro. You know, he actually thinks.
Man, read between the lines and was saying other things.
No. Listen. I'm gonna say. Do you know that he rebutted it? Innit? Like he had another interview last night after the game, and Redman TV asked him about the quote on Klopp, and he just looked like man was like, "Come on, man." He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, "The guy gave me my start at Liverpool and that. You know how many games I played for him and stuff like that." He said, "I was just saying about going forward in the future, about how much I'm enjoying stuff." He's like, "I'm not talking about." He said I would never disrespect Klopp. I'm talking about, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why everyone was cooking him for it, bro. Man, just saying he enjoys his football, bro. Just let him enjoy it, bro.
No, but the reason why I bring that up, obviously, I'm not getting Curtis scrutiny. So when I jump on Grizz, he asked a question like, "Yo, you got what you wanted, you got Klopp out, so I hope you're back in this new guy." And I was like,
"That's crazy,
bro. You're terribly missing the point. It has nothing to do with backing the new guy over Klopp. It's we were stale. The world saw we were stale. Yeah. We hit the best before date, and man just still wanted to cook with that, bro. Nah, bringing a new chef, fresh ingredients. I'm just saying, freshen the place up a bit, man. You know what I mean? So
me and G talk about this all the time, man. What do they call it in what's the technical term for it? Straw man fallacy? That's what it's called, isn't it? Where man I'm not allowed to say anything because you automatically bring up some equivalent somewhere else when it doesn't mean anything, bro. So like, nah, it's stupid, bro. It's stupid. So
what is it called? No, what is it called? What is it called?
It's called a straw man fallacy.
Straw man.
Yeah. Because it's like, if you go, yo, what's your favorite milkshake again? I know you're a milkshake guy, innit? But
yeah, but you see, Major Pups. Remember that terminology Savage just said? That's my mother milkshake.
No, why you remember?
No,
if you tell me,
use a different example. No, I'm over here on this stream, yeah. I eat milkshake and burgers for the past 3 days. I'm thinking about going in. I'm like, bro, can't mention this to Savage. And man, bring up milkshake, bro. Right. I'm struggling internally with this.
I'm gonna give you a real life example. This happens to me all the time, bro. Oh, yo, man, got my new Samsung Galaxy still. Gas, bro. Bro, Samsung Galaxy is shit, man. I've got my iPhone, but you trying to say iPhone shit? What? I didn't. I said I'm happy I got my. And you took that as that iPhone shit, bro. You mentioned a striker, bro, and man will just bring up another.
Yeah, striker. You know. Since you entertain it, I'll tell it to you live. You know, man, pull my black card because I said vanilla ice cream and vanilla milkshake is the way to go because all ice cream starts with the base of vanilla and then branch out into the flavor. So
what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, man. Yeah, I'll tell it to you offline, man. But yeah, I gotta go get a burger and milkshake, bro. I'm addicted. I'm officially an American, bro. Can't go without burgers and milkshake and guns, man.
Yeah, man. You heard the man. I'm just gonna. I'm with the new guy. I'm supporting the new gaffer, and he's actually. I can't like quite poetic in it. Like to me, that Slot, like we got Slot now, and Klopp's finished, bro. He's literally done, man. So I'm not coaching anymore, bro. I told man this was gonna happen, bro. Big up Klopp, man. He knows, bro. Man wants to live life, bro. Man trying to make all the million. You know how much Klopp was getting paid at Liverpool, and he ain't been able to spend it on shit going anywhere, bro. Fuck that. No wonder he doesn't want to go back to coaching.
You know what I think. You know what I think as well is the same consistency I have when I tell people that there's levels to things.
100%.
And so for me, I'm great at a lower level, not the level I'm at now, but at a lower level, maybe take a couple steps back, maybe a couple pay cuts. I am great at that level, but the closer I get to the top, what I love is missing now. So you can actually love taking care of people, and they're like, "Yo, Savage, take care of the community. Savage for president." You can become president, prime minister. The love for people ain't there no more because you're in a different ball game, bro. So his love for football probably died at Liverpool. Do you know how mad that is?
Yeah, I agree,
A
man.
man that loves football, died at Liverpool.
Poetic, man. His emotion. Liverpool's an emotion-filled. He's only been at clubs where, like Dortmund and Liverpool, are pretty similar in terms of how they are and the people are and stuff like that. Not on a day-to-day basis and that, but they're family. They're invested clubs in it. There's no plastic about them, bruv. So he's ingrained in all of those places, bruv. All the clubs he's managed, he can just go back to the stadium and live his life, and there's no booze, there's no none of that business. Whereas some managers have the opposite, bro, and they're always chasing it. Like, I need to move on because I want that. He doesn't have to do that, man, and he knows the stuff bigger. And as I said, as soon as I watched the interview, a man said like, "Yo, he got to see his grandkid and that?" And I was thinking, "Yo, man, it's in his man. I just heard that your son's had the kid and that, but you can't go see the kid because you're at football." Yeah, fuck that, brother. My mum died and I didn't get to go to the funeral and that, and COVID.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Fuck that, man.
I rate,
and it's nice.
I rate him. He did a good, he did a good job, and he set up the next manager in a way where I like the way Slot received it as well. He was like, I've never seen a outgoing manager sing a song of the incoming manager. Like, Slot looked at that a little different, and it made me realize something about Slot, where whether or not he succeeds at Liverpool, he understands the assignment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Football is about passing on that baton, passing on that legacy and that heritage. Someone, they just come here chest out thinking about their legacy and their career. Like, no, Liverpool have its own legacy and its own career, and it's bigger than anything you could have ever achieved or will hope to achieve. Like, you're making an impact in people's lives. It's beyond football here, man.
100%, man. I like the I'm with you. I like the handover of the passing the guard and stuff like that as well, because a lot of managers, one, don't get a chance to because they get fired, or they leave but they're a bit salty about something in it. So they're like, "Yo, I'm getting out of this place, but I ain't trying to talk to no one." Even Brendan did the same thing for Klopp. He didn't do the song and that, bro. But when I saw Klopp's interview, he was like, "Oh yeah, the house he moved into was Brendan's house, and he ended up being his landlord and that because he gave him a place straight away." And then he said, and then I went round to his house, he invited me round for dinner and that, and then we spoke. And we spoke about Liverpool and our wives talked. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Sounds a bit swingerish still, but I respect it, man. You know what I mean? I'm sure something, you know what I mean? 24 years, crazy. Maybe you can say England and the current world state of football done. Yeah, that's also a thing. If you started...
Oh, that one, I wasn't trying to say that one, but that one is...
Yeah. If you think of how us fans speak sometimes, I know I do it a lot when I end up getting a bit sour about how football is now. I can imagine if you're a manager and you've managed it at a certain point, not to mention the amount of money that's coming to football, and that's not really your philosophy, and you're trying to do stuff the right way. When you realize that even if I try and do the stuff the right way, I still might not be able to win because of certain things, you're like, yeah, I'm not really trying to do that again. So move on, innit? But as I said yesterday, I do think, even though he's done with coaching, I wouldn't rule past Klopp in 2-3 years being on the FA board or the FIFA board, probably making decisions in a good way though, for the welfare of the players more than anything else. You know what I mean? Because he's done so much in the Prem already, bro. Man had to moan about certain stuff. Now we have a winter break in the Prem. We have the concussion substitution. We have 5 subs in that, and now the VAR thing had to get revised as well, all because of Klopp, bro. So yeah, I am mad at it, man. It's one of them. Big up, man. I'm 100% told on about the culture of the club and how the cities and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Big up Slot. I do like Slot's got a thingy, man. He's got. I know that I used to call him Wilson Fisk and that, but real talk, he's got Wilson. Bruv, I hear he keeps talking in interviews after games and that, and I feel like the day these lot do something wrong on the pitch, bruv, they're gonna hear from him. Blood. I'm not the sound joke, man. Question: do we still need a 6? Looking at. Okay, En's definitely been training the whole time because that took up about an hour of the whole show about the 6, blood. So.
Nah, you know what? Big up Pops. Pops say, yo, we had a chat about that. Nah, me and Savage had the chat, Pops. He was just like on the sideline, bro, poking holes in all my theories in that, bro. He wasn't trying to hear nothing we was saying, Pops.
Do you Liverpool need to buy a cover for Salah so he doesn't burn out? No. I think Salah can go again, you know. What do you got? This is his last year of his contract, right? He's sharp, man. And also, the reason why I don't think so as well is because I think we've got his last year contract. I also don't think so.
But are we looking to make a profit, or are we just saying, appreciate what you've done, go and watch your business? What we at with that?
Salah's, he's just gonna. We ain't gonna get no money for Salah. I promise, bro. It's done for.
No, but we already got that money. Basically, we already got.
Yeah, he's paid us back, man. He doesn't even look like he doesn't even look like close to leaving at this point. And there's a year left, so unless he leaves in January, bro, it's done for. But I believe that our attack is so fluid and they can all play in certain positions that I don't think we'll need one.
Wait. Ribery played till he was what, 34, 35 at Bayern?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because me and my son watched the Ribery, watched a Nike Mercurial tournament 2 weeks ago, and their surprise guest was Ribery in it. It was the worst, brother. I'm not joking. It's the worst tournament I've ever seen, bro. Like, the atmosphere was dead. They had a couple of YouTubers as commentary, bro. Ribery came out and he was shit, bro. Oh my, I couldn't believe it, bro. You know what
you're talking today, Ribery.
Yeah. But you know when a man just
Savage. You're talking about today, Ribery.
But today Ribery he only just retired.
Bro, man's in his 40s. What are you talking about?
He was playing for some other team not long ago, bro.
Bro, Savage, the man is in his 40s. Give it a rest, man.
Bro, so is Zlatan, bro, and he only just finished. Well, man didn't even have a first.
Okay. Keep that same energy when I say Milner shit. You keep that same energy. Tell me how many old is he? Bro. Are you criticizing Ribery today, bro?
Bruv, don't do that to me, bruv. His first touch, bruv. You know when you have to keep the ball against the little net and that, bruv. That's all he had to do and receive the ball. He was trash, bro. He was trash, man.
Savage, I'm disappointed. Bro, show some respect to your elders, bro.
No, Ruber's a bad boy, bro. But like, you're not gonna, bro.
20 plus years in football, bro.
Yeah, Milner's not far off from that. Milner's still cold, bro.
Man said still cold.
Milner was cooking up right last season, bro.
Bro, I remember I was playing when I was in primary school, bro.
So was Milner, bro.
I got kids leaving primary school, bro.
Milner debuted the same season as Rooney, bro. We both saw them. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. My man I'm not joking, bro. He was at a club last 2002, 2022, 23 season, which is that. He was playing. Iniesta's still playing. I mean, bear in mind, he's playing with some fruit vendors and electricians and that, but he's still playing.
All right, man. Well, just louder, man. Listen up, Ribery. Let legends be legends, man.
Sorry, man, but I saw what I saw.
It's like saying Ronaldinho got a gut, man. Need to fix up. No, allow it, man.
Ronaldinho still has a first touch, bro. Hold on a minute. Justin, West Ham sporting director Tim Shedderton is a fan of Liverpool's Wataru Endo. Give them Endo 50 mil on top plus 10 mil add-ons and get me kudos. Yeah, you live in a wishful world, bro. That ain't happening. Well, you see, we just had all this conversation, me and
man's just doing man just fire up the game system and start playing FIFA with a newly promoted team without a budget. So you got to do player swaps and 5 mil in it. All right.
Zlatan looked at Pep, bro. That I'm not joking, bro. That video of Pep and Zlatan, bro. I've never seen for such a like in terms of football, the great man that Pep is in terms of management. You know when a man has a certain aura that makes you look like a little man, bro. The way Zlatan looked at him was like, did you not see my interview on Piers Morgan when I said I don't like you, bro? And you've just come over to me in front of these. You know a man tries to embarrass you, bro. Like, come over to me in front of people, so now I have to say hello, so I don't cause a scene. So the way he shook his hand and looked away, bro, I'm like, nah, bro. You don't like him at all, bro. He's a Mourinho guy, bro. We beat a strong Arsenal team. They missed 4 key players. We are missing 8 key players. Did you take much away from the 2-1 win? Yeah, we did. We did, man. It's different when the season starts, though, because I can still see where Arsenal are strong. But, big up Beja for covering that in the chat, bro. This is a Japanese player who is 54, still playing. What's Ruben? No, don't do this. It's not. Now it sounds like I'm.
Yeah, you see? No, okay, you see? I'm signing off. Dude, that's what I was trying to get you to not do. Savage. Once you open the door, man is flying in there, bro.
No, but I explained what I was saying to you, bro. I said there was a tournament. I even explained what it was. I said it was a Mercurial Night tournament, and the tournament was shit. But all I'm saying is when they bring out, man, we got Ribery here. It was in France, obviously, because the Euros were going on. And then he stepped in his little t-shirt, little podge belly and that. And I was like, first of all, you were playing last season. So where did your stomach come from? But we know how Rubery gets down. If you know, you know. If you don't, you know what I mean. And then I seen him kick the ball up against the net, and the touch was so bad, bruv. I said, nah, blood. You know what I'm saying? Bezos and Savage, just letting you know that all around is. I've got it on next to me, bro. I've been loving the gymnastics, bro. I told you though, there's a trick to it, bro. You have to wait to the you know, the nameplate comes up at the bottom of the screen with the age. You have to wait, blood. Cause some of them are young, bro.
Yeah, you man can have that. I'll wait for beach volleyball, bro.
I watch that too, man. But the Olympic, oh my god, the gymnastics, bro. I'm very impressed by them, man. Cold, bro.
I mean, it sounds like some A- settings, bro.
No, bro. I'm just saying you can get caught out. I'm telling you how not to get caught out, bro. Don't fall for it. Bro.
Yeah, go to beach volleyball, bro. Them are grown women with kids, bro.
There's not an age limit on beach volleyball either. Bro.
No.
The youngest person there at beach volleyball 16, bro.
How you know this, bro? All right, so we gotta watch you. You shouldn't know that. You shouldn't have known that. You shouldn't have known that. Bro, you shouldn't have known that. No, the fact that you know that is crazy, bro.
Is it okay? Is it crazy that I know it, or is it crazy that you don't know it? Considering you
bro,
just said that's what
I said. Everyone over there got kids,
and I said that one of them 16. I'm helping you since you're the volleyball player. I'm helping you now. You know that when you go over there, you go, this one looks kind of younger, and she is blood.
I don't know, bro. I like the ones that with the kids. You know what I'm saying? Mature.
Man said Simone Biles is 27. Relax. Yeah, she's cold though. She's cold with it. Yeah. She's cold. Yeah, I mean, it's a honestly just asked if she's still doing gymnastics. Where you been, bro? You're no rock, bro.
Yeah, bro. She actually overtakes Phelps for the most decorated Olympian. Yeah. So yes, yeah. Hold that.
She's cold, bro. There's what she gives off watching.
Yo, do you know they actually had to change the gymnastic rule because of her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of them ones.
She's bruv. I watched the team event when we did the show yesterday or the day before, and obviously everyone's waiting for the amount of points to put in, and I'm watching how relaxed these American girls are because she's last in it. And as long as the one who went before her cooked, and they were just like, yo, as long as you just do basic stuff, we've won this. She just went out, smashed it, and I said, oh, shit, man. Bro, there's no way, bro. I'm training for 4 years. Imagine you train for 4 years and you hear that Simone Biles has pulled a hamstring or something. You're like, yes, get there. You get there. And, oh, she's still here, blood. Bro, that's crazy, bro. That's how man felt about Bolt, bro. Man didn't beat Bolt till he pulled his hamstring, bro. Yo, big up. Right, Justin Gatlin might be the most shameless guy I've ever seen, bro. This man, he beat Bolt when he pulled his hamstring, coming off the back of the steroid charges and that. The way he celebrated with the gold medal, and I'm like, this geezer's a G, bro. He said, listen, it's my past, on it. He's all it is. The band of Russians, but I'm allowed back. Joke, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Big up though, you guys. Yeah, honestly, I did see it still. I'll tell you what weren't cool though, before I get out of here. What wasn't cool was that boxing. Do I need to explain any more? There was someone who used to be a man who was fighting against a woman, and he beat their brakes off her blood. I think they need to look at that rule, bro. She got her whole face pulverized, blood. Yeah. Some things ain't fair, blood. Man, I had more testosterone than me and that, but it's fine. Okay, I hear it, blood. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. I don't know when I'm back next, but if there's a conversation to be had, Purist will be here, man. Peace out. Thank you, Zabiri. You know what I mean?
Anytime, man. Sorry I was late, but
nah, it's cool, blood. Peace.